There's the awkward part. Where's the other half? They got Thanos snapped. What the? What happened to the other half of the people, man? What kind of show we running here? But anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Alan Rebel. We're going to be doing a special type of event tonight. We're doing a podcast. I know, crazy. You know, it's the first time using this set, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Just a quick reminder, use exclamation point questions in the chat if you have a question and you're in the Twitch chat. And also exclamation point guest for to know who we're interviewing tonight, which is Phoenix Palace. Before I go any further and introduce our guests here, we're going to play their video that they have made by John. So shout out to John. So can you remove the camera following me? Because it's going to follow me. Like, I have to put the video in, so just give me a second here. I just put it like there. Thank you. Because I have to put the video in here.
It's unlocked already.
Thank you. Paste it in. Boom. And then click camera override. God damn, sheesh. I put the camera back on me. That was sick, wasn't that? Holy shit. Oh my god, that was pretty cool, huh? I normally don't have like a person sending in videos like that. So that was awesome. Shout out to John. Give some clappers, some smiles, some hearts in the chat for John for putting that together and all the dancers involved with that. That was super sick, wasn't it? Awesome. Awesome. So anyway, here's the big moment here, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the podcast here. We're going to introduce our guests here. Coming from behind the curtains, it's going to be Mental, Manus, and Lagorion. Give a warm welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
I'm stealing your coffee again. This is mine now.
No, my coffee. It's okay, I don't drink coffee, actually.
You have coffee here and you don't even drink? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, it's actually just tea.
Oh
just
man,
like
this joke of my birthday is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah, how you guys
It's on
doing?
my couch
now?
and on your couch.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta be over 80 now.
So anyway, welcome to the show. You got Mental, Mancy in the middle, and Lagorion on the end there. So everyone, because obviously this is for YouTube as well. So obviously like, who's that? Who's who? So obviously I have to explain that real quick. So welcome to the show. You know, obviously this has been an idea we had for a while, and now here it is. Now we're actually making it happen, a reality. And obviously, like I said, this is my first time using this set as well. Obviously, we'll have somebody. So the seat on the end there is going to be, I guess we would call it the hot seat. You know, it's going to be a rotating guest from the audience, many dancers, bodyguards, people from Phoenix Palace. That's what we're going to be doing. So anyone who's wondering, yo, where's the fourth person, man? So that's what it's going to be for. So anyway, I think now I guess to answer some of these questions, because obviously I have a bunch here. I guess it's up to whoever wants to answer the first one, or rotate it, or give each your own like opinion on it, I guess. So obviously the first question, pretty obvious, pretty blunt here, but like, what is Phoenix Palace? I think that's obviously a good question to ask and start off with.
Well, Phoenix Palace is a dancing community that focuses on exotic stage dancing and lap dancing. We've been dancing for crowds as Phoenix Palace for over a year now, about a year and a half, and we've been together as a community for probably 3.5, almost 4 years now. So
Since the beginning of VRC, basically, yeah.
yeah.
Damn, that's a very long time, honestly. That's you know, to think that it's been going on for that long. Like usually a lot of like, you know, I started playing VR chat in December 2017. Clubs were almost unheard of, except for like when you go to a public void club or some crap, and that was about it. And now I feel like everyone and their mom runs a club at this point. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, that's part of it, you know, is like there's a million places to go and you got to stand out in one way or another. I think
Yeah.
Phoenix Palace definitely has done a good job with that, with the production quality of the quality of the dancers, the upkeep, the quality of the world, quality just generally overall. Something that definitely stands out, yeah.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like you said, oh, my hip. Obviously, you know, you have to stand out from the rest because there's just so many clubs, and someone showed me a spreadsheet of like every club in VR chat, or at least a good chunk of them, and it was like you could go to a club almost every single day and almost every hour on the hour. If you really wanted to be a true degenerate, you could, you know. I was just like, bro.
Yeah.
I have it no other way. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I guess the next good follow-up question is, how did you both, you know, Mancy and Mental here, how did you both get into the club scene in VR chat? Like, what drove you to this passion of obviously eventually starting up Phoenix Palace? Like, how did you get into the club scene in general?
I'll let Mass take the first one since he was there before me.
I got into VRC way back 2017 when I was part of I'm part of a gaming community called Derp Company, and they were looking for some place where they could hold meetings, they could mess around as a community, do stuff together, all that kind of stuff, and someone came up with this idea of VR chat. And we tried it out, and it didn't really work very well for what we wanted, but I kind of fell in love with it. And that was around the time, that was end of 2017, early 2018, and then Ugandi and Knuckles took off, and I was running around as that for a while. And then it just kind of all went downhill.
Yeah.
I already had VR, and I knew that I saw a couple people that were like dancing in just one random world, and I was like, that's really cool. I'd love to do that. And then I started like going to random, because that was, you know, random public dance, like Tiz 2, Club Galaxy, all those old classic ones. We just meet random people, and then I started running into people who were running the very first clubs, DDVR, Dirty Dancers, all that, and it all kind of went from there. I know then we were approached. Mental, I think you were like right behind me. We were approached to dance at what was the first exotic dancing club in VRC, which was Sexy Sunday. And at that point, nobody was doing that. That was like, wait, hold on. You could, you know, wiggle your butt on, you know, in front of people, and like, you
Wait,
could
people
actually
do
this.
that?
And
What the? Huh?
people do that? Wait a minute.
Since
what?
when? Huh?
It was early 2018 when that first started. I joined kind of like October, November of 2018. So a little bit less than a year after I started VR chat. I was a little bit, I didn't get the full body until about like halfway through 2018, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Paul.
That's where my story starts, actually, is Sexy Sunday. That's how long I've been part of this community. I started in 2020, as it was, and I was just a guest member the entire time Sexy Sunday was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was there at the very first Phoenix Palace event. And then, I don't know, not shortly after that, applied to be a bodyguard, and now here I am.
What is each of your roles in Phoenix Palace?
Well,
Go
me and
down.
Manus are both council members and dancers. We are both former Sexy Sunday dancers that, we're kind of the ones that like help, kind of help organize things. So we, along with Senpai and at the time, Quasheen, were like the big kind of ones that wanted to help organize everything, and so we kind of took this role as council. We still, run the community as like a democracy kind of thing, but we really are kind of just there to steer the ship, if you will. That's kind of what we are.
Mental handles more of the planning and layout of the events. I handle a lot more of the multimedia, networking. Lee runs a lot more of the bodyguard aspects, and then Senpai is more like networking between clubs and stuff like that. On the whole, I mean, it's a little bit of everyone does everything, but that's the general layout of who usually does what, at least to move things forward.
And I help out where I can. That's about it.
And then Lego is one of our lead bodyguards.
Yes.
As
And,
most from the community know, I'm not normally dressed like this. I normally have a Spartan that stands a good almost 10 feet tall. I just won't fit on the couch. Mancy would be squished under my thigh. So I'm using my other model that
Some people might be
I will
into
daily
that.
as well.
Not big enough.
You know?
It's
Some people might be into that. That is true.
Yeah. Not me.
I know there
not
are people
me.
into that.
Not me though. I just interview people. I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, how did Phoenix Palace come to be? So obviously it has a past history. So how did that whole thing happen?
So as we said, we were part of Sexy Sunday back in the day.
Yeah.
It was at the time the largest community going on. I mean, if you were in VRC, everyone knew about it. You could go on certain websites and find videos with 1 million views on it or whatever and all that stuff. But anyway, we wanted to keep dancing after that because that club closed. The owner went and did their own
Rather abruptly.
thing.
Yeah.
They closed it, and we wanted to keep dancing. We offered to continue running the club. They said no. They just wanted to end it. So we're like, you know what? Why don't we go? We'll just do our own thing. We'll keep the time slot. We have everyone that still wants to dance. So let's do it how we want to do it. And so we decided to run Phoenix Palace. We took a while to come up with a name, but we wanted to stick with a phoenix because it's like that, creature that is born from the ashes of what it was, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So we really liked that design. And then we had to think of a name. We stuck a while on a bunch of different names. Phoenix Garden was a big one. There was a couple other ones. Phoenix this, that, Phoenix Club, blah, blah, blah. But then someone made the reference, it's like, why not Phoenix Palace? Because then it can be abbreviated to PP. And it was just like immediately.
Hey,
like,
it works.
Yeah. So
What's more entertaining than just saying, what are you doing on Sunday night? Oh, I'm going to pee-pee.
I'm gonna go PP.
Exactly,
Big PP
exactly.
energy. So that's kind of the basics of it. We run a very similar ship. It's we focus on passion for dancing. We don't have a huge roster of dancers. We prefer skills and commitment to time rather than just mass dancers out there. Everyone brings something new to the table of various skills. We have very skilled pole dancers. We have people who are belly dancers, focus on groundwork, those that can do crazy flips and all that other kinds of stuff. So we have a little bit of everything to appease everyone, kind of a thing. Always a good packed world. We just got a brand new world. It was in that promo video. We're looking to do a bunch of collabs with other communities. We got some big things in the works coming up. We're looking to host more party nights, all that kind of things for the club, for the community. So we're definitely expanding very quickly out beyond our original idea, which is good. So
You could say
it's exciting.
a lot of big PP events, massive PP events.
Big PP energy.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
There's a quick
Um,
side question I saw in the chat. And normally I wait for a while for these, but one of the questions was, "What does a bodyguard do?" I think Ligorion, you should. What does a bodyguard do? What do you do?
Well, before the groups thing was just added, although it's not in the live build yet.
Yeah.
We determined how, like, we had to keep count on how many people join the world. We had to prioritize dancers getting into the world. We were the access to the world. And then not only that, it's just simple moderation after that. It's just a matter of making sure that people aren't doing anything weird. They're not breaking any of the kind of rules. Most of the time, it's actually been really, really good. Phoenix Palace has a fantastic community, and everyone knows how to listen. And so we don't have to do too much. Most of the time, if anyone's attended the event, they actually hear my dumbass just being a retard up in the corner. That's all I do. But we do help trying to manage. We are always paying attention and making sure that everyone's having fun. That's kind of one of our things as well. Not only just the dancers, making sure that people are having fun, but try to keep people on topic. But yeah, our main role is just moderation within not only just the Discord server itself, but also at the event as well. And we are the gatekeepers. We're the ones that allow people into the world. So we're constantly looking between Discord, and we're constantly communicating at the beginning of the events to make sure that we're not duplicating people. We're counting numbers, making sure we get people in, and we try to make sure that we can get newer people in too. If they just joined the event today, try to get them in as well so they can see what's going on. We don't try to prioritize. We try to be as friendly and equal as we can. But yeah, sometimes it's hard when my list builds up at 30 people in 2 seconds. It's fun to try to flip through all of that.
Lego tends to be the one that gets most of the requests.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I love you all, but holy cow. Why did it take you 4 minutes to accept my invite? Do you know how fast my list filled up?
This is why you add the other bodyguards, so you gotta diversify. Okay, you can't just rely on one
exactly,
man.
Yeah. You want to get in faster. There's
Yeah.
guards.
And then
Now y'all are
Like
screwed.
a nice segue.
We got a couple of the other bodyguards up here.
Yeah, true. We can.
You forgot one role. You forgot one position though, Ligorion. You're also the dancer sitter.
Dancer sitter.
Oh, great.
Okay. Well, anyway, a nice segue I was gonna
That's
say.
her role for me.
Was since you brought it up, the group system, obviously it's something to discuss because it does relate to Phoenix Palace and other clubs in general. Obviously, I don't expect anyone to really start using it until like when it goes live, because if someone's not on it, then they're gonna be like, bro, I can't get in. And you're like, well, you have to be on the beta, and they're gonna be like, bro, I'm not in that shit. What the hell? But anyway. I think it will make a lot of people's lives easier, because I made it a group and I looked at all the features of it, and it definitely allows you to actually have basically bodyguards or moderators, so you could actually kick someone or literally just only that specific person, and that person alone can invite people. So you don't have to worry about.
So we are excited for that as well.
Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only that, I'm also part of another community where I also have to maintain events.
Mm-hmm.
And having that system is going to be absolutely wonderful. Instead of me having 3 different groups set up in my VR chat lists for the people of that event or such events, it's going to be a lot easier to maintain and manage something like that. So I'd like to say we are probably excited for it. It's not going to get rid of any of the bodyguards by any means. It's actually just going to make our job even easier
Yeah,
than it already is.
Because I frequent some other clubs besides PP. And that is, a lot of them have a kind of the same structure of having at least a bodyguard, someone you have to request off of our bot account or something like that. That's kind of like the norm. And too many times I hear stories of any club in general of obviously they have to be on Invite Plus because they have to have guards to request off, and then people sneak in and you're like, who the hell is that person? Like, what the and then obviously drama and all that jazz. So I think this is going to at least alleviate a lot of that problems and issues, because you're obviously going to know who's in the group, what roles they have, and what they can do and what they can't do, and who to request. So it makes it very clear what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. So
I think there needs to be. It needs to be expanded on for sure to work a lot with the club scene. It's good for a community that you just want to hop in. You want to see. Let's say like you want to host a thing where you can lose tracking. That's really cool.
Yeah, I lose tracking.
You've slapped me like 4
Yeah.
times tonight.
I need to move here as well. It does not like me here. But I think it needs to have things that branch it beyond just, you know, kind of messing around kind of things. Because right now it's good for. Sorry, I didn't mean to phase through you like that. But
You're more like sat on my lap, but you know, it's okay.
what's a good lap?
God, I wish I was. Anyway, continue.
Is yeah, like as I was trying to say, it right now it's set up in a way like, oh, I just want to come in, I want to say hi to a bunch of random people here, and be done. And it needs, I think it needs more. I would like to see like if you could change the instance type on the fly, like okay, only accepting people with this role, okay, and now I can change it. So like, oh, we can accept just you know the dancers and the bodyguards, and then once everyone's in, they can be like, okay, everyone in, you know, thing, and it swaps it on the fly. That would be nice. Personally, I'd like to see as well like a group thing that allows you to do a group, like a group plus. I saw it on the whatchamacallit. It's where you basically your friends of the instance owner can come in,
Yeah.
and the group, but no one else can.
Okay.
Kind of a thing. So like kind of a hybrid, I think would be pretty handy as well.
I'm sure there's quite a few things that we will try to be utilizing, and like I personally have submitted a couple improvement requests to like make it like an invite plus group instance kind of thing, which would be great for us, and maybe some other things where it's like, you know, all of our staff can join, and then anybody else who's in the group has the ability to request off of us kind of situation. Or for instance, the group plus thing where it's like friends plus but for group thing, right? There's a lot of things that can, you know, make that system work, and I really hope they do implement that, because the group system would be ideal for communities like ours.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll preface before I follow up by saying that right now is in beta, and what we're getting next week is just stage 1 of 3. So we don't know when stage 2 and stage 3 will become a thing. That might be in early 2023, January, February, and then stage 3 is whenever that is. This is based off of my knowledge with the video, but I do agree with what Mancy said about, oh, we should be able to change the instance on the fly. Because even if outside of a group, like let's say I made a private only instance, I was hanging out with my 10 friends, then 8 of them left, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to make a new instance and jump through another portal. What if I just change the instance I was into Friends Plus, or what you said, you know, change who can get in. Oh, I want only staff in first, and then dancers, and then I change it on the fly, and then be like, okay, now I can allow attendees or audience members or whatever, because that's what I would use. I would allow for certain people in first, and then, you know, slowly just, like, you know, over time open the floodgates to more and more people. So then people that are you know, running an event like Phoenix Palace, or if you're running like some form of Patreon hangout, or like an event like this where I want to have staff in first, you know, if people are paying money to be in the world, they should get in first. You know, I shouldn't have to make another portal and you know, all that jazz and stuff. That could be something for stage 2 or stage 3. I've already suggested this to a lot of the developers, and I'm sure people have written on the candy. So I hope that becomes a thing, because that would make groups a lot more better for the future. So hopefully, fingers crossed. You know, or we just yell at Tupper, you know, more, and you know.
This system is something that VRChat has needed for the last 3 years for sure. Is having a group system.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whether it starts as a rough draft thing like we're getting now, but it's definitely something that needs to happen with how big this community is getting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I'm glad they're releasing it before the holidays, or just like an early build of it, because it's going to be a huge influx of more and more players in VRChat. And Christmas time is always, oh boy, I got a Quest 2, or wow, I got an Index. And a lot of people pop in, they're going to go to the Black Hat and be like, oh my god, what the hell, this game's terrible. Takes off headset, goes play Beat Saber or something.
Not Black Hat.
Or whatever world, insert X
Giving
world.
me flashbacks of 2020
2 years ago.
Yeah,
2020
yeah.
couldn't get in anywhere. Stuck in an instance with 8 people, and if you moved, you die.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that
Best.
hopefully the people that make public groups are actually going to be decent human beings and make like, hey, VR chat new players guide or something like that, and be like, hey, join my group, if you're a new player, I'll show you the ropes. Because when I started playing VR chat 5 years ago, that's how I learned. Somebody sat down with me and said, yeah, it's how you make a portal, how you do this, how you do that. It was all, I didn't look at some VR chat tutorial. We didn't have Tupper being like, hey, this is how you play the game. Like, no, it's all player interaction. Someone teaches you how to play. You have the veteran, the noob, and, that's how it usually works. So I'm hoping people use those groups like that to help out new players, because there's so many people that join the game and immediately probably quit within an hour, say, fuck this game, write angry review, and then go join whatever else game. And those people have the potential to be the next big whatever, man. Like avatar creator, world creator, you name it. They could be the next big influencer, but they just, have a bad first impression. So hopefully that reduces that in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question, back on topic to Phoenix Palace, not about groups, is what is the behind the scenes like when running a club or a dance event like Phoenix Palace?
A lot of memes. Just solid memes.
Oh, really?
Instantaneous. Just ridiculous amounts of memes and screaming. No.
Well, to be a little bit more like straight up about that one, it's probably fairly self-explanatory. There's a lot of communities that do like DJs and things like that, or hangout events, something like that. They're kind of like freeform, and they just like, okay, we're doing this on this day. The organizers have like set up specific times and stuff like that. But for us, we have an event every week. Generally, I set up a attendance thing on a certain day that says, hey, who's gonna dance this week, who can't dance this week, and then going up into our event, we kind of like try and figure out how to get the people who may not know if they're gonna dance to dance, and then the day of the event, kind of like, okay, these are who's gonna be on the roster, and then once we get close to the actual time of the event, it's more kind of a not really a mad dash, but it's usually me trying to make sure, okay, everyone's ready, everyone's getting in the game. Let's get the bodyguards together, let's get the world going, get the stream going. Tell everyone that the world's ready, get them all in there, and getting all the stragglers in there, and then then we have the actual start inviting people to the event, and then getting it going. So it's kind of a whirlwind. It's a big build up, and then all of a sudden a whole lot of stuff going on at once, and then of course dealing with technical difficulties.
Okay.
They all the staff see me whenever something happens, and then I'm just like, why now, please.
The frustration is like a little cloud above your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else to add, Mancy Lagorian, about that topic?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. We usually, the men will make the world. We're all usually in way before the event starts, kind of to mess around, stretch, make sure everyone's here, make sure everything works. Freak out if it doesn't. And then from there, the message goes out that the event starts. And then the bodyguards start inviting everyone in, and he explodes. Yep. And then we get the mad horde that piles in, and by that point, we're all down on the stages, ready to go. Theme kicks off. Everyone comes down the stage.
Okay.
and then they get danced on. And it's just
Hey, that's my
it's just-
favorite part.
it's- Phoenix Palace is like a
Yeah, even the crowd agrees. They like that part. I
I'm
love
sure
it.
most of you do.
Phoenix Palace is it's. I've been a part of a lot of clubs, a lot of communities, a lot of dance events, and nothing against other dance events because they're good. There's a lot of great dancers in them. They're great worlds, great people. But Phoenix Palace, it definitely feels like a lot more than, and I'm sure you can attest to it. Sure, it feels a lot more than an exotic dancing event. It's one of those things where I see a lot of people that come to and are like, let's go hang out there for a while. Let's go fuck around at Phoenix Palace for a while. And like it just becomes part of the weekly schedule of like this is where we're gonna go. It just becomes part of like that party scene of the week. It's not necessarily an exotic dancing event as much as it is an experience. It's really hard to explain the interactions with the guests, the chat and the banter, the catcalling and everything going on around you is just it's a good atmosphere. It's a great place to make a bunch of friends. Obviously good entertainment in front of you. And by the end you have a lot of happy chemical in the brain. So
The dopamine.
The way-
the
the way I
serotonin.
kind
It's
of
definitely
see
becoming.
Yeah, the way I kind of see it when I'm like, preparing every week is that, I want to put on a show, a great show, something that people will remember every week. And it's not something that I take lightly. And that's why I get kind of, get word up and, Brango Burr,
passionate.
passionate about making sure that, what we put on is a great show and that people, want to go talk about Phoenix Palace to their friends and stuff like that. And, I want to be that cap to everyone's weekend so that they can go back to work or go back to whatever it is they have during the week, just in a better mood, if you will.
Coming from personal experience, being someone who is in the guest forever and then becoming staff later on, it's for the last 2.5 years or no, I'm getting more than that now. It's been part of my weekend. It is a schedule. It is my Sunday night. Doesn't matter what time I work the next morning, it's my Sunday night. It always has been. It's always a great place. Got really good with the community and everything else. And obviously we like to have fun, I guess shit around, but partake in some drinks, if you will. But it's a great way to end what I call my week, because the starting of my week is technically Monday. That's the start of the week. So the end of the weekend is a great way to spend at Phoenix Palace. You get offline in a great mood, and then you're basically prime prepped and ready to go for Monday, unless you're dumb and partook in too many drinks. Then you're suffering Monday. But most times you can actually have a great time on Sunday night. It's for the last 2.5 years. It's been a staple to my weekend. Always has been.
I like it because one
Always
thing
has
that's also about it is there's Phoenix Palace has a lot of connections to a lot of other events and clubs that aren't necessarily even dancing clubs. TDS is a big one. There's a lot of people who come from the Drunken Spartans that come to Phoenix Palace. There's a lot of people that come from Miami Vice parties that come hang out, all that kind of stuff. There's people in my community. I know there's those that come from your community. All those, like everyone. Yeah. It's just this big almost main hub of all these other communities mixing into one pile. And that's why one thing I'm really excited for is us to push more into the party scene, a lot more at the collabs, doing other events that aren't just exotic dancing, like the late night hangout on a Saturday until 5 a.m., listening to live DJs, all that kind of stuff. I'm really excited to see where that goes. We're almost fully operational for that, so it'll be we got one more big thing with the lighting going, and a couple other odds and ends, little things here and there, and it'll be muy bien.
Yeah, there's
You
a
tell
lot
Matt's
going on
excited.
behind the scenes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes for the world right now, and we're almost there. Pudding's doing a great job, and can't
That
wait to be done with
scene, that scene in Return from the Jedi when they're like, witness the power, you thought it wasn't done, and they're like, the ship is working. But that's where we're at. It works. It's good. It does what it needs to. But oh man, it's gonna be good.
I believe it. I mean, Pudding helped me with my world here. He made the improv set and the showcase set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pudding made your made your world too, huh? That's right.
Well,
yeah,
a portion
yeah.
of this
Pudding
world.
Pudding
but
is a
yeah,
good
he,
bean.
he like,
Yeah.
dude, he finished in like a couple hours, dude. He was Speedy Gonzalez. He was just like, all right, it's done. Where's my money? Oh, there, here you go. I was like, all right, shit, dude. And hey,
That's
it was a
another
huge.
thing if you want to talk about like
Yeah.
behind the scenes with Phoenix Palace is we do not involve money in anything that we do. We had to obviously have to pay for the map and that type of stuff, but that's all internal. You know, none of our dancers are paid. It's all passion project stuff. We don't want to involve any kind of like incentive laden reason to come dance for us. It's the incentive is you're having fun, you're working out, and you're enjoying it, and that's kind of how we've always done it ever since Sexy Sunday.
Payment's always been the pleasure of being at the event.
Yeah,
That's
I
basically
mean,
our
you're
payment.
having fun. I mean, you know, I don't know any clubs that do that. That's their business. But you know, I'm just there to have fun, because it gets into that weird, you know, sense where it's like, oh, this person's VIP. You know, they you know gave me a bunch of money. I'm like, oh man, oh no, it's
I've
gonna
seen-
it gets to like a weird moment like that.
I won't name it. I won't name it. I
There are
remember there
definitely a
being a
couple.
club. There was a club. I haven't seen it since, but I won't name the club. But I remember they had paid dancers. They had like a Patreon where to get into the event you had to pay, and then they paid the dancers, and that lasted a while, and then it absolutely imploded on itself.
Oh, I'm sure stuff
yeah,
like that.
that was a whole big. That was sit back with the popcorn and watch that fire from a. Yeah, that was bad.
Well,
That was- yeah.
I can say this, that because it's an event where you just join and you obviously accept some basic rules and stuff like that, I have to say that I prefer just to show up, have a fun time, and everybody's equal. See, a lot of people may not like the fact that with Phoenix Palace, you'll use a robot avatar, and that's just for optimization, but there's also another key difference. And that's about being more, what do you call it, selective. So like some people would be like, oh my god, that's that big VTuber. I remember their avatar, but if you don't have nameplates on, everyone looks the same. So you're just dancing on, you know.
So
Yeah.
So we had a big discussion on that when we're always looking to improve. We'll throw questions out where we're always brainstorming. We're never going to be perfect. No club is ever going to be perfect, but we're willing to throw things out that, you know, how do you guys feel about this? How do you feel about that? And one idea was, you know, with the new, it added not that long ago, you know, there's fallback avatars.
Yeah.
If you just have an excellent avatar, you know, can you come into the club, all this kind of stuff. You don't have to wear the bot. And we basically all shot it way down. Not just council. I mean, like all the dancers, all the bodyguards. And it came to actually discussions I never thought about. One is, you know, you're there for the entertainment. You're not there to necessarily show off yourself. And therefore the 1 FPS you gain per 60 people in the world, it adds up, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, sure, you might be an excellent avatar, but this avatar is probably going to be just a little bit better. And when you add up all those inches, you end up with plus 10 FPS.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. Like you said, there's no favoritism. Everyone is the same. You only have to learn. Everyone you dance on is going to be on equal ground. You know what you're dancing on. You know, there is really no favoritism. All that kind of stuff. And they do have cute
And
faces.
there's no favoritism for like being invited or anything like that either. Like we have no rule against someone who's brand new to VR chat coming to the event. We kind of encourage it almost. You know, a visitor user can still come to the event as long as they're able to wear the bot. They're allowed in the event. As long as they agree to our rules and stuff, it's all kosher.
Yes, they have to actually be at least a new user, if you didn't know that. Because if you're a visitor, it won't let you actually clone avatars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where as long as they're able to wear the bot, they're allowed into the event. But we have had visitors in the events before. I don't know how, but it's worked.
I don't know. I just remember.
Yeah.
I made a bot account, the one we use here, and I couldn't use my own avatar until it was a new user, so I had to like AFK it for like 24 hours. I was like, oh man, we can't use the bot. Crap, got AFK.
I
Yeah,
believe
we-
visitors can actually choose an avatar from a pedestal. You can't clone it from someone.
Oh, something like that. Yeah, it was.
Is that
something-
how it
So I
works?
think
Something like that, yeah.
because you can, as a new user, when I first ever played the game, I don't know if it changed. When I first ever played the game, I just went to a world and grabbed an avatar off of a pedestal. If it's from a
Okay.
pedestal, it's got a public link. I'm sure you can get it. But if you can't clone someone's avatar individually,
I see.
so I think that's how we've had new users, is they've actually just taken it from the pedestal.
Okay, yeah.
Now we have had a couple instances where they can't somehow get it. We don't know why.
play the
Because we had some instances where I don't know if someone was just lagging or what, but they couldn't get it. So unfortunately, we had to turn them down that night. But
Just no life your chat more. Come on, dude.
almost 4,000 hours in. Whoops.
Oh, 4,000
But yeah.
hours.
There's a lot.
Oof.
There's a lot of reasons for the bots and all that kind of stuff that you got to run in, but they're not bad looking. Everyone's on, like I said, everyone's on equal footing. You're there for the experience of being danced on and all that, and you shouldn't have to be necessarily, for lack of a better term, I guess you shouldn't have to be vain to sit in the audience.
Yep.
Because then it also equals a lot of like weird, like a lot of gray area on what do we allow for avatars. Like, oh, technically it's green, but oh, it's eating, 5 gigs of VRAM.
Yep.
Because that's not necessarily marked. This
Yeah.
avatar is, well, you have nothing against it, and we have, avatars the size, like twice the size of Lego Spartan that are just taking up half the chair. Or,
Yeah.
dancing on non-kosher avatars that might be considered, yikes-ish.
No, I
All
agree.
those kinds of things.
I agree.
And you don't know necessarily what someone's avatar can do. If you see a PP bot, you know exactly what it is. You know what it can do. It's there.
Yeah.
All
Mental
that, so.
crashed.
Did he crash or did he
Thanos
run
snapped.
off somewhere?
Oh, it said left, so it means they
Oh.
I have the notification thingy.
This is now mental.
Oh, hey, what's up, mental?
Wait, no, he doesn't drink coffee.
Now,
That's right.
now
Here,
I'm
have-
wondering. Now I'm wondering how
business.
flustered he's gonna be when he comes back.
It's okay. It's okay.
Taking notes.
We have a
Taking notes.
stand-in.
Yeah, taking.
You know how
taking
much
some
Taking
he
notes.
notes.
loves technical difficulties.
Yeah. Anyway.
Up.
You slapped me again.
I'm sorry. I don't know where your clipboard went. It went to the back rooms. Anyway.
What makes Phoenix Palace stand out from the other VR chat dancing events and clubs?
Oh, I could answer that from someone who's jumped between a bunch of them.
Okay.
I left the
Yeah,
club scene a
so-
while ago because I didn't. The communities weren't fantastic. The events themselves weren't great.
Mhm.
It wasn't the vibe. And then I got invited to Sexy Sunday,
Mhm.
and what a freaking difference! Holy cow! It was, I don't know, just the atmosphere was a lot better than most of the clubs I was in, and then it only got better the longer I was there, and then it got even better when we created Phoenix Palace. I know everybody there. I've known them for over a year and a half at that point. Like, it was great. And then just having that community, and then I go and I'll join a buddy of mine who's like, hey, you should come to this club. And I was like, sure, I'll go to this club. And I went, and the vibe just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same atmosphere. There weren't people talking like that. And then it's just, there's, in certain communities, there's a lot bigger. Like, we jokingly call a lot of the people in Phoenix Palace, along with the rest of us, degenerates, because you're in an exotic club. You're an exotic dancing club. But when I mean there's some people in certain clubs that are extremely that way. It's a very uncomfortable kind of that way. Not having to deal with that in Phoenix Palace is fantastic. Just in general, the community is a lot more involved in what happens in the club itself compared to a lot of others.
Mhm.
And it's the reason why I didn't leave. It's why I'm still here.
I think one thing that a lot of people really like and they really appreciate is there's no owner. Phoenix Palace does not have an owner. It is run by the dancers and bodyguards. It is. There is a council, but that's because just in the end, someone has to pull the trigger. You can't have 20 people trying to decide something and then go, okay, who's doing it?
Yeah.
Because at that point, then you're still asking who's doing it, and then someone has to designate it. So there's a council, but there's no one person who owns it. There's not like Mental runs the events, for example, here, but he has no more. He doesn't necessarily have any more pull than I do, or than Lego does, or Narmi does in the crowd. It's just in the end, someone takes the reins of the horse, basically. So I think there's a lot of respect on that. It equals a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? For lack of a better term, there's not like as much burnout, just because there's so much involvement between all the dancers. Because you understand how it is running events all that by yourself. It can wear you out, and a lot of that doesn't necessarily happen. So the vibe stays high. Everyone has very much a say. I mean, even the guests have just as much say, damn near. So it's a club. We hold votes. Yeah, it's a club. It's a club and an experience and an event by party people for party people and those wanting to get into the party people scene.
Yeah.
And I see people figured out my OSC is on.
Wait, you have OSC on? Interesting. Anyway, back on topic here. Here, I'll help you out.
Oh, don't worry.
Watch
Not anything else comes. That's as low as I get.
Everything just reset. Magic. I have the technology to reset everything, so you don't have to worry about like shit clipping into you. Anyway, so Mental, do you have anything to add? So the question or the topic was, what makes Phoenix Palace stand out from the other VR chat dancing events and clubs?
See, I hate trying to say that we stand out or that we're better than other places, but really what it boils down to with us is that we've kind of stuck to our guns since the Sexy Sunday days. We're trying to kind of evolve a little bit on our own, but we stick to anyone's allowed to come to our event. You're not restricted. The only people restricted are people who have, broken rules or been banned or things like that. And we are, the dancers here are they just want to put on a good show, and we want people to have fun. Like we don't want to have a competition. We don't want to, make it seem like it's bigger than it is. We're a community for just enjoyable dancing, and I think that kind of is obvious. We put on a show, it's good, and I don't want to say that we are better than anybody, but we are kind of our own thing. We're
different is the word I would use.
Yeah, we're different, but we're built off of what everyone else bases themselves
built
from,
differently.
which was Sexy Sunday.
Has anyone ever listened to that song before?
No.
Built differently, I'm built different. Nobody? Oh, it's me anyway.
Sing it. Sing the whole song.
That is it's not even a song. It's
No, go
made
on.
by Pogue. He's like, I'm built differently. I'm built differently. It's fun. It's like memey shit. Anyone knows what I'm talking? Just Google it. Just YouTube it.
Oh, that special little thing.
Anyway, we're
For
coming up
me?
on the 1 hour, so we have to take
just
an
subscribe to
ad
Twitch
break,
Prime.
which is also convenient. So thank you so much, Gloop, for the tier 1 Prime sub, and Obi, thank you so much. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick ad break, so don't go anywhere. If you guys want to take a quick water break, drink break, all that jazz. So without further ado,
Cheers.
yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Click
Oh
the
my god. Oh my god. Here's a driver update available.
Here, I'll click the ad. Yeah, I'm built differently. All I know how to cook spaghetti.
Turn off OSC.
Something like that.
That'll be a.
Anyway, I'll play the ads in the world. So give me a sec here.
Oh, that special little thing.
Oh,
For me?
Roller just subscribed.
How about
with
that
Twitch
internet?
Prime. Heck yeah, ad breaks.
Stop
like a
taking my
sneak
dang
is
jacket
without
off.
getting noticed more than me.
You can turn off your OSC.
I did. I turned it on.
Oh, okay. Apparently my if I sit on my couch for too long, it will sometimes cause me to get black screens in my head, so it'll just turn off.
Oh, that's.
Oh, sorry. You gotta just mute for a second for the ads. Sorry.
Well, y'all don't like it? Is that what y'all don't like that?
I don't know if Twitch does. That's the thing.
Listen, it's not intentional. I had to. It's because I was sitting on my couch. Because sitting on my stool for 2 hours is not comfortable.
Man's just.
You're weird.
And my as far as
Alright, put the camera back on me there, guy. Please and thank you. Awesome. Sorry. I was doing an ad break, so I had to mute the voices in game so everyone can hear the videos. But anyway, still on an ad break for another like 20 seconds. But essentially, those are my patrons. Shout out to all of them. The first one is from New Eden Interactive, which is essentially Oddoni and Marina Dragonflame. They're part of my last showcase. They're showing off all their awesome avatars for sale. And then the second person was Wolfden 3D, which is run by Zevian No Fox Given, and they make monster girls and furry avatars. Really, really awesome. Really, really cool. They're part of my last showcase. It's going to be on the next one. And then the third ad was the newest patron, which is Gray. And they make a bunch of cool avatars and stuff like that as well. So they're going to be at my next showcase. And the fourth one is Mez or Mazon, and they are one of my subscribers. And shout out to them. Go check out their Twitch channel. But anyway, ad break is over. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back. Like I always say, I always apologize for ads and stuff like that, but you know how Twitch is. We're ad free for another hour. Woohoo! Yeah, back on schedule. Sick.
Yeah,
I love Twitch. Anyway, without further ado, we'll get right back into this. So my next question here is obviously going to start involving people from the audience, actually, some fellow dancers and people from Phoenix Palace. But my next question is what's your thoughts on 11-point tracking? How does that impact VR chat and dancing at events like Phoenix Palace, or just full body tracking in general?
So I have 11-point tracking. I'm not running it right now, but yes and no. For in the club scene, 11-point dancing. If you're in the club scene, you're doing modeling. If you're doing more breakdancey kind of moves, if you think Ron, for example, 11-point tracking works very well. Exotic dancing, not so much. If you're looking for a full range, you can use 11-point tracking. It looks great, but it limits what you can do. For example, if you have a chest tracker, you can't really lay flat on your stomach without it being covered and then losing tracking, and suddenly your upper body doesn't move and you look like a drowning fish.
Yep.
That is a problem. Knee tracking is kind of niche. It does some things really well. It's really good if you're kneeling and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yes.
But it's not a game changer. Elbows make a good
Yeah.
addition though. They can definitely lay out some stuff really well when like you hold your hands over your head, all that kind of stuff. You have elbow and chest tracking. You can shrug, which people don't realize is
Shrug
how
technology.
important shrugging.
Yeah.
I know you can rotate your shoulders with it. It's all that kind of stuff. So it's good. The Tundra trackers are really good for it. That they're lightweight and they don't grab your cable, because like a Vive tracker is shaped like a little crown,
Yeah.
which if you're running a wire, it snags on it a lot, and it's a pain. Where
Oh my god, the
Tundras are a
amount my
lot
foot
more.
tracking has grabbed my wire is so annoying.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Tundras are really nice for dancers that are using wired setups, just because the wire doesn't snag on it very well because it's domed. So the wire kind of slips over it without any kind of an issue. Also, when you're running, 11-point trackers, you have the Tundra singular, a couple of the singular dongles which run 3. I think they still have their 5 dongle, and then that, or you got to run the Vive 3.0s and have just a brick of fill your
Yeah.
I/O plates with dongles everywhere. But 11-point tracking works really good for dancing, but not necessarily. It's very limited with exotic dancing, at least if you're
It
looking
works
for a
very
full
well
range.
with hip hop.
Yeah.
Very well with
Yes,
hip
was
hop.
to say,
there.
hip-hop,
It's
belly
Yeah, yeah,
dancing.
yeah.
If you're a belly dancer, like Dust Bunny for
Mm-hmm.
teaching dancing and belly dancing in VR chat. She uses it, and listen, those hips don't lie like Shakira. You know what I'm saying? So
oh yeah,
You got-
belly
you got-
dancing. Belly
she's
dancing.
very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Belly dancing with a chest tracker is a game changer, because you can
yeah.
you can pivot your upper and lower body separately of each other, which takes hip rolling to just a whole nother level. It looks absolutely fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Well, see, here's the newest thing with OSC and what they've just allowed in VR chat. Technically, you can actually have a mocap suit, so you actually don't need the 3.0 or 2.0s anymore. If you really were rather wealthy and had a lot of disposable income, and you're very addicted to VR chat, then you could actually get a mocap suit and become the real gamers. Like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
So then I guess
Yeah.
Oh,
then you don't have to worry
goodness.
about your kneecaps, the dongles or whatever, the pucks stabbing into you or whatever.
20 grand later.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you ever see that meme from American Dad when Stan is in like the hollow suit and he's like at the school dance as a robot?
I can,
You know what I'm talking about?
I could. It's been a while, but if you show it to me, I could probably be like, oh yes.
He had, he was like at a school dance dressed up as a robot and controlling it in a mocap suit in a VR headset, and it like cuts to him just randomly, and he's like standing there in the club, and he's standing there in the hollow tube, and he's like twerking and stuff.
How I imagine most of Phoenix Palace dances in the next 5 years
yeah.
when we get that
Well, I mean,
kind of
there's-
system.
I've had this conversation a lot. Is I love the concept of watching VR from people who don't understand VR. Like the concept of exotic dancing in VR, and like if someone who, let's just hypothetically say someone broke into your house, you have the music on so loud you can't hear anything, and they open the door and they see there you are.
Yo,
In your underwear,
what up?
with a
What's going on?
covered in hardware, in your underwear with a bottle of booze in your hand,
Yeah.
screaming violently.
Yeah. Oh my God! It says your
Why,
name.
why are you bringing up my Friday nights?
You know.
Yeah, why are you bringing up my
why are
Friday
you-
and Sunday nights?
Yeah, why are you bringing up my Friday nights?
Well, you wake and then you have the Saturday mornings wake up. You like the movie. What was that meme? The waking up Saturday morning after being in VR, and it's a scene from Matrix when he's waking out of the tube and he's like covered in wires and stuff. He's like, "What the hell?"
That's the future. What do you mean? That's gonna be us, dude. We're gonna be little pods, and you're gonna unplug. You're like, oh
You're
shit.
just gonna direct connection to the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
And your
go.
pod is full of LED lights and it's playing caramel dancing, and you have
Yeah.
bottles
Have you
of
played-
booze around it.
Have you played Soma?
No, but I know about it. So
Oh,
I
boy.
watched someone play the entire thing.
Okay. So like the ending of that, well, you know, that concept of being like uploaded into a
Yeah.
virtual world is a paradise, you know, and it's like, man, you think about it. Like, I wonder. I don't know. I really do. This is like we're getting into like
Elon Musk territory. with his
stoner
neuron
theory
link
at this
thing.
point, but I mean, like the idea of like why expand out into the stars when we can hunker in a bunker in an absolute utopia if we can invent the Matrix, kind of a thing, you know?
Or it's like another good example, a little bit dated, is Fallout 3. There's a portion of the game where you go into the what they go into like the
Oh,
cyber
for
thing, and then you
Cole-
have to
or
go
the-
in
or
to get
not
the
Cole Park,
doctor
yeah.
guy. You have to save your dad. That's from like,
Anchorage?
yeah,
Or is that
no.
when they-
It's Anchorage is
when they
one of
went to-
them,
or
but
no.
you go into like black and white like 20s like little side mission thing. Oh, what the fuck? Oh! Sorry, the music is playing over there. It's freaking me out. 1 second. I don't know why that happened.
I thought you were just having like a schizophrenic breakdown or something like that. I was a little
No, sorry,
concerned
the
for you. I
video
was like,
player
what
started
is that?
playing in the world for me. Anyway, sorry.
It was
So
just for you.
So in Fallout 3, there's a part of the game where you have to go in to save your dad, and they literally put you in like a fucking suit, and you have to like go for like VR shit. And then like there's a guy that's been in VR for like 60 years, and all he does is he plays as like this kid, and he like tells you, okay, here's a knife, go kill everyone. Like in VR, he's just like, go kill everyone. Come on, dude, do it. And you have to do it. It's part of the game. And then he's just like, yeah, he keeps doing it every single day, and then after a while you ruin his utopia, and he's just like, you ruined my VR. You know, he's like, you saved all these people, they were my little test subjects. You know, that was my like first time being
Yeah.
exposed to like a VR concept, and that was, you know, besides the Matrix, that was like in a video game. That was a
How far-
quest.
How far away do you think we're personally from like SAO level deep dive?
Considering that Elon Musk literally yesterday, the day before that, literally was like, you know, microchips into your brain, like type of thing. He's doing human trials. A decade, if not
Oh
two.
no.
You think we're in 10 years?
Yeah, within 10 years.
I'd try.
Real life.
I would try. I would try.
I thought
deep-
SAO
I
already
would try
started.
deep dive.
So would I.
True.
Yeah,
True.
100%.
Tranquility
As long
Lane.
as I
Sorry,
can
that's
be an
what it was
anime girl
called,
in
yeah.
it. I don't want to look
yeah.
at myself in VR because then I could just go outside. it's
That's
so
true.
real.
I think
Just have a VR headset cut through and just like walk
there's at
around.
least one person in the crowd who messaged me their thoughts on 11-point tracking. If you want to get some input from
Sure.
someone out there,
What do they say?
the bunny, the Ouija bunny.
Widgie, you want to come up?
There's a small bun.
Oh no.
Oh, we have to give them access for the barrier. There we go. And then,
Just bump into it.
There
Like
you go.
there you are.
Okay.
and then amplify the voice. I got that. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was just messaging Mental that like, it depends on your style with 11-point tracking. If you don't focus so much on floor work like I do, it's very nice because I use my upper torso for a lot of movements.
Yeah.
So like because I literally can't really get down very low for any extended amount of time because I have a fused spine. So I try and like emphasize upper body stuff and more on my feet kind of deal. But then again, I also like lean a lot towards hip hop. So
To each their own. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, I have back problems too. So if I was a dancer, I'd be more of the standing type. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a top guys.
Kind of roll back to.
I don't know what you're
So
talking
roll
about.
back to Phoenix Palace with that is.
Yeah.
But the roll back with Phoenix Palace is that's what we were talking about before. With we have all different kinds of dancers. We have people that focus more on belly dancing and hip hop. We have people who work on stage dancing. Tori and them are very good at pole dancing and all that, and they focus on that, and able to do incredible things. So there's dancers for every style.
They all have ridiculous core.
Yeah, especially Narmi.
Listen,
Yeah, Norman's
Normie.
crazy.
if you dance in VR chat, you get a 6-pack. Okay, it's true. Okay, you get strong as fuck. You get all the bitches.
I'm just trying to keep my dad bod away. Okay.
Okay. I mean, you know, on the same subject, some people have told me that they literally lost like 40 or 50 pounds from dancing in VR chat. And some dude not like Lily said to me, he's like, yeah, I was overweight. I started playing VR chat in 2018. Now it's 2021 at the time. And he was like, yeah, I lost 60 pounds. And I actually am like a little bit like toned or cut. And like, well, it's during COVID, but he said like when COVID ends, he's like, I'm gonna go hit some bars and get some ladies. I'm like, oh shit, bro, VR chat makes you a giga chat, bro. Fuck yeah, dude.
He's got a lot of practice.
Exactly, dancing.
I'm just Canadian
Well,
lumberjack.
Oh, yeah, well, that works too. But back to sorry.
Ridiculous, like how much like it's improved a lot of people's like physical well-being with like the dancing. Like one of the biggest worlds in here, Pai dance.
Yeah.
Is so huge, and there's so many cool people that you can meet in there, and it's a really good way to get cardio. So.
I think VR in general is a great medium, not just physically, but like mentally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, like I've heard of so many people getting over, social dysphobias, and stuff like that, where they're scared to talk in public or they're afraid to express themselves. VR has been a absolutely incredible way for people to maybe express themselves in a way they can't do at home. For one reason or another. Maybe it could be their living situations. Maybe it's, their self-image. I think VR has definitely been a great way, a great in-between for all of that. Obviously, it's an amazing workout if you want it to be. There's Just Dance maps, there's cardio maps, there's sports maps, there's exotic dancing events, there's all kinds of clubs. There's workout events that go on. Climbing. I'm hosting a friggin' I'm climbing that all the way to Saturn, that 18 miles in a couple weeks for charity. So.
Oh jeez.
Oh yeah, no. But you want to come with me?
Roberto,
Saturn?
No, that's why
Really
I broke my
sore
first set of
arms.
controllers, man. I'm good, man.
Yeah, baby, let's fucking
I literally broke my index controllers. The first pair I had RMA them because of that world.
Yeah, so I'm excited to do that. I've been practicing for the last couple of weeks, and you feel it. You go 2.5 miles, and you already are like, ooh, I can feel that. That feels good. Makes you feel alive. So. Yeah, I
He wants
think.
to go back to her chair. She's embarrassed.
All right, you can go back away.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Ouija.
But yeah, I'm really happy to see how far people have progressed in VR, and I think it's been a game changer for a lot of people, and who knows how many it saved, just mentally, who knows?
I know quite a few people
I
on
had
my
this
friends
convers-
list didn't have any friends until this game, to be honest.
I think about the other thing, to kind of digress onto this, is how many people you met that you never would have met if it wasn't for VR, just because, you're not... Lego is into Spartans. I never touched Halo before VR. I never would have, met them or like
Sacrilegious.
anyone. I know. I'm caught up now. It took me a while of digression, but I'm caught up now. It's
Shame
okay.
on you.
But I think about that. I've my friend Jap is into racing games. I don't play necessarily many racing. I never would have met them. Zenny's up there who lived in what was that game? The fighting one-on-one.
Street Fighter, Tekken.
Yeah, I'm brain
Mortal
farting that
Kombat.
it was in my head and it just fell out.
What else games? Fighting games are
For
there?
Honor.
For
That
Honor.
was For Honor.
Oh.
Oh, For Honor. Yes. Oh man, many hour in that game too.
Yeah, but I mean, just that idea of it brings so many people together and so many things because but yeah, it's good.
To
VR
put
good.
a tad on that, actually.
VR good.
Tad on that, just for a quick little side grid.
Go ahead.
There's people I've met in real life. Mancy, I think it's the same thing for you as well. After meeting them in VR. Never would have met this person ever if I never touched a VR, and then just so happened decided to pick up VR. Didn't really get into it a lot until COVID made me go lose my job. So now I was in VR like all the time, and I met so many cool people. And then yeah, and I've had 2 meetups of multiple people, and it's been fun. It's really cool.
That's awesome. Was anybody like, oh my, wait, you're not a hot anime girl? Oh shit.
No, most of the people know what I look like.
Okay. What do you mean you don't wear this red dress and all these tattoos? What do you mean, dude?
I
I
wish.
He wears the
Tattoos, that'd be
dress.
cool.
He wears the dress.
Oh hell yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Mancy wishes I wore the dress. I think Mancy daydreams about it.
Oh
I'll get it eventually.
Okay. Anyway, back on topic here, because so who else wants to from the audience want to step up here to share their stories? Or so Zol, I think I saw first. Zoltana.
It's all in the army.
All right. You got it, Diddy guy? Cause I'm lagging so fucking. Yeah, he's got it. Thank you. Can you amplify our voice too? Thank you.
I got
thank you.
teleported.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Cause I can't even like. I'm still lagging so hard. I can't like the menu doesn't work for me. Udon starts dying when you have like less than 20 FPS. Anyway, welcome to the show, Zol.
Oh,
Shana,
jeez.
how you doing?
Hello. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I am. Yes.
Okay. So, how's your experience with Phoenix
Chemistry.
Palace as a dancer?
Well, ever since the very beginning I came into VR chat, I've always wanted to dance. I mean, people who knew me when I was just a half body. I even danced in half body. It was just like great.
Which you look back on now, and it's
And-
like, how did you manage?
I don't know. I don't know how I managed it, but I just kept staring at people dancing, and I was like, dude, I want to do that. Dude, I want to do that. How do you do that? I even went to practices once I got my full body. I went to practices saying, okay, how do you do these moves? And this was during the time of COVID when I really got into VR. You can blame my brother for this. He got me into this. He's saying, don't go to the clubs and I'll lose you forever. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you lost me. I'm done. I'm out. Bye. I'm just going to go. But yeah, once I started learning dancing, all of a sudden I was like, okay, I've been to these clubs, but a lot like Lagorian said, there are some clubs out there that are a little bit strict. It's like I kind of just one of those nice clubs, and then this guy here is like, dude, come here. I'm like, what? Nah, come here. They need dancers. What? He dragged me over. Come on, let's go. I'm like, okay, I'm here.
Oh no, there was
Try
a
it
little
out,
bit
check
more
these
to
people
that,
out.
which was great. Mental yelled at me. I got yelled at by Mental. Oops.
Oh,
Yeah, Mental's
Yeah,
like, why
that's
isn't
how
this
that
woman with
happened.
us?
Yeah.
So it's like,
We
okay,
don't
I'll try these
generally
guys
go
out.
looking for people, but if I see someone that's a good dancer, I definitely want them to take a shot.
Okay.
I
So,
think I'm an okay dancer. I mean, there's some great people.
so how's your experience with PP as a dancer, like currently? Do you enjoy it? Do you look forward to every Sunday? Or, like, do you like it when you dance and people hype you up and be like, yeah, let's fucking go, is that Zoltana? Oh my god.
There is a little bit of a high.
Yeah, it was most critical. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
Crazy shit.
Oh, I'm plopping into VR chat, going to PP. It's fucking lit, bro. Sorry, anyway, continue.
Nah, it is a little bit high when I hop myself on the dance floor. Like, oh yes, it's Sultana. I'm like, gosh. I'm one of the dancers that loves to do a lot of groundwork. I don't do flips or anything like that, but I do a lot of movements. I do just exaggerate everything and sharpen things up, and it seems to work with everybody. But yeah, ever since I joined Phoenix Palace, it's actually been fun. Normally Sundays are my boring movie nights, but now all of a sudden my Sundays are like, come to these dances, hang out with people, check out these people out, and just have fun. And so like you said before, dancers, we actually use this as a form of exercise, and it is actually a very good exercising time for me to really just bust out after just sitting at a desk doing my work.
That's awesome. Yeah, like we said earlier, exercise is always important. Cardio is important. I'm sure if anyone goes to a doctor, they're gonna talk your ear off and be like, "Why aren't you exercising?" You'd be like, "Bro, I play VR chat." And they're like, "Huh? What? I'm a dancer." And they're like, "Oh shit."
That's a hard one to explain to the doctors. Always, do you do anything for exercise? I dance.
Dances are like a lot of push-ups, a lot of lifts.
Just say you do a lot of cardio.
Oh, you dance. I say cardio and dancing.
Just say you play Beat Saber and say you're a Jedi.
Yeah.
And you cut things, cubes.
And it gets.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a joke there, but I'll leave it to myself.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, is there anything else you want to add, Zol? Because obviously we have more people waiting, so I'm just curious if you have anything else you want to say quickly. Everyone watching.
Oh gosh. Definitely check this out. We're actually really it's really nice picked. Close. Oh, what am I trying to say here? It's freaking fun. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
It's just freaking fun. And I just love dancing for everybody and getting those reactions in. If you have fun, I have fun. I literally get my energy from the crowd. If they're all hyped up, I get hyped up. That's how it goes.
That's what I feel. Hey, you know what? I'll just do it. Shout out to all the dancers at PP, all the dancers in VR chat, okay? For all those people out there with the full body and they're having fun, give them some support, give them some love. You know, if someone's on the stage dancing and you're the person sitting there staring at them, you know, all you have to do is be like, just say a compliment. Just say like, wow, you're killing it. I love you. Keep up the good work. A compliment goes a long way, you know?
Is it? So
the most compliment we get is like, damn, those hips. I'm like, sorry.
So I will say that anyone who does go to clubs, and I think anyone watching that is a dancer, is compliments, catcalling, all that stuff. The guest talking is 900 times better than being mute. Like they want to hear your reactions. They want to hear you just be like, "Oh God."
Oh my God.
My favorite moment was back in early VR chat when we were still in Sexy Sundays. Curry Games was at an event, and he's getting danced on. He's getting danced on by Triok, and he just all of a sudden he's just like, "Oh God damn!"
The African booty warrior. Yes, I know of the Curry Games.
Yep.
He's so animated all the time. It's just like that constant, you know, cat calling like, "Hey girl, what's going on? Oh my God," you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's
We could
warm, happy
recreate
feelings
that
in the brain
in a future event, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we don't play favorites or anything like that, but we do get a couple of big names. You know, there's this one guy, he's a streamer. He shows up sometimes to our events. You know,
Ew, streamers
he's
are
right
cringe.
Runs this talk show.
Ew,
I did
boo!
something.
Streamers ruin this game. You know, that's what the people say.
But yeah, it kind of goes along with the whole like anybody's welcome to our events. You know, we've had famous people show up, but there's no like they're not going to get VIP treatment. They're not going to be let in just because, right? Like if you want to show up and have some fun and watch some dancers do their stuff, that's what we're here for. And you know, it's just it's obvious in how, you know, like Zoltana is talking about, like we give you a good show, and that's kind of how it's always been.
There is one compliment I want to give the bodyguards for sure, and they actually do come useful. You see, like they don't do much, but they actually
come
do a
in
lot.
useful.
They do. No, okay.
They useful.
Okay.
Explain.
What I'm trying to say is that I had an event once. It wasn't in Phoenix Palace. It was another one, but and I know Ligorian will definitely step up if it ever happened. There are some people out there who come in, they seem okay and everything like that, but there are those strange people that when us dancers are dancing on them, they give us these comments that are very uncomfortable, or we get uncomfortable dancing on them, or they start pestering. They say, "Hey mama, what's up? What's going on?" And they start following you. That's when it's really bad. And then we just go to our bodyguard and say, "Hey dude, this guy, not going."
I gotcha. Yeah.
And they take care of it
luckily,
pretty quickly.
We have never had to, at least in Phoenix Palace days, had to remove or ban people because of that kind of activity. Our community has been very positive.
Oh yeah, no trouble.
And you all
with
are
games.
amazing because of it. You make our job too freaking easy.
That's the way it should be.
We have to push them. We actually taunt them.
Yeah, I spend a lot of my time on the MC stage just taunting the crowd and threatening punishments.
Yelling at me
But
to
yeah,
drink. that's just
it's
the
fun
usual
being
way.
a dancer, and I never regretted the choice joining Phoenix Palace, going on Mental. They made an awesome experience, and then I got to know Manus and all the other jazz.
Awesome. Get up for Zoltana. Woo!
There we go.
Let's go.
Very nice.
All right, I'm gonna go now.
Who else wants to go up? It doesn't have to be a dancer. It could be anyone from the community as well. Narmi.
I
That's
know
right.
Narmi
Narmi
was
that's
next
right.
in line.
That's right.
Not in army was nice.
We'll take Narmi, and then after that,
Man, Army. Careful, they're gonna
Narmi
kidnap
made
you.
himself some shorts for today.
oh, hold on.
He made pants specifically for tonight. Please compliment the pants.
The shorts. The
Oh
short
my
shorts.
god, the shorts. Nice. The TOS shorts.
It's like a shining army.
Yeah,
The TOS
they're
Narmi.
TOS shorts.
Terms of shorts.
I know, an army of pants. Sick. Anyway, so welcome to the show,
surprising.
Narmicus. How you doing?
Vibin.
Oh yeah, give me some like Bayonetta vibes. What's going on?
Sheesh.
So how's
Oh.
how's your experience with Phoenix Palace as a dancer and all that?
Pretty solid. It's, to be honest, one of the best moments I've had in my life. It's rewarding. And I'm glad that I get to have the opportunity to be with Phoenix Palace. Even before Phoenix Palace, to be a part of Sexy Sunday. It's one of those things. You never thought it would happen, but yet it somehow happens, and you're like, damn!
I gotcha.
Narmi's been around for a while.
Yeah.
A while.
Ada, ada.
New Narmi went back to
The
the
veteran.
I remember
long time
when
dancing.
when Narmi joined Sexy Sunday and was talking about like being impressed by our skills, and then we watched Narmi dance, and even back then he was very
I
good.
remember that. It's like one of the first
And-
experiences I
and-
had with you was you just like losing. You're like, oh my god, I gotta talk to Manus. Oh.
Yeah.
Is this true? Is this how it went down?
It is.
Okay.
And then he
Pretty damn
comes
sure
into the
you-
community and turns into one of the best dancers we've ever had.
Yeah.
Aww.
You want to
I
watch
can
a
tell you
pole
from the
dancer,
person
it's
who
Narmi.
invited me to Sexy Sunday. I'm sure you're well aware because he bugged you quite a bit about it, but Matt, or Prism, as we know him, he's the one that got me into Sexy Sunday way back in the day, and the first few words out of his mouth is just watch Narmi. I was like, okay.
Watch Narmi.
And yeah, that was quite the experience seeing you near the pole for the first time or just on stage. To be fair, I did get bullied my very first night there, so I kind of got to see quite a few of the dancers up close. But yeah, it was quite the experience. Yeah, you were one of the first people watched Narmi, and I was like, okay. Kind of hard to miss, though. Blue hair. Gold armor. He's like, look for that one. I'm like, okay, because since 2020, I've been playing this game with no nameplates. I know everyone by their avatar or their actions
Whoa.
or their voice.
That's
I do
wait.
not
That's
play
crazy.
with nameplates on.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
So you do know everyone
I
in the
can't
audience
stand
right now?
nameplates. They feel like it's too cluttered. I know most of them, yeah.
Oh shit. You're like next level
Yeah, I could probably
immersion.
name you. I think I could name you every single person here, apart from the person sitting in the very front row and the person sitting on the left-hand side there.
Oh, those are my.
I think I
those are
know
my
every single
viewers,
person
yeah.
there.
Those are my community members.
Senpai makes it difficult because they always, they're a ditto.
They
so
always change, but I know where
switch.
Senpai is because, yeah.
You know which one's senpai, but which one they're not.
Actually, I tease one of our dancers quite frequently. Zund, he changes his avatar quite frequently. And
Oh yeah.
always,
Yeah.
always tries to catch me off guard to see if I know who he is. But it's fine because it's the actions. I could do the same thing for Senpai as well. The way Senpai acts or walks around or anything else like that, you pick it up.
So what you're
Everyone's
saying
unique in their own way, no matter what avatar they're in.
is if we had a bunch of dancers using the exact same avatar, no nameplates on, could you pick out who's who?
Probably, actually, pretty
Oh,
close.
shit.
I have a pretty good,
Well, they-
probably pretty close.
there's-
Everyone dances in their own way, so it's pretty easy to point that out.
That brings up an old story about McGregor and Manus.
Oh boy.
And Manus tried to, because McGregor, when he was still with us, he was desktop most of the time because he was unable to be in VR. And I don't know, was it for his birthday or something like that? He
He wanted to surprise all his friends because he was wheelchair bound, so he physically could not get into VR. He had not full ability to use his arms. He couldn't wear a headset because of his vision. Anyway, he wanted to surprise all his friends with something nice. So I said, "Why don't we? How about this? I'll log into your account and I'll pump your voice through me, and I can give everyone a hug. You can hug people and all that." And it turned into an extremely wholesome emotional moment for a lot of people. And then a bunch of other people got really confused. They're like, "Wait, how the fuck?" But then he wanted to surprise Zigneon, who he was very close to at that time. And I was standing there being McGregor and invited him in. And he comes in and he looks at me standing there and he's like, "Wait a minute, that's not right." And he's just, I'm not talking. And he goes, "That's Manus." And he's like, and McGregor's like, "How did you know that's Manus?" It's like, Manus has a stance.
Oh,
He has a very specific way he stands.
There we go.
The same thing happened for all the dancers because we were all hanging out in the old Avatar testing map. And then McGregor comes into the world and is standing there, right? And we're all like, "Whoa!" And then all of a sudden, a bunch of us are like, "That's Manus," because Manus has a idle pose, if you want to call it that. Like, you can tell it's Manus because of how he stands and how he just is, and it's kind of this like arms to the side, can't stand still kind of fidget that he at least had back then, may still have now.
The
and everyone's just
nonverbal.
Yeah, it's
Only
McGregor's
enforcing the
voice,
facts.
but I keep
That's a
grabbing your
wall.
stuff.
Oh, if you, I can help you out here. So if you take your hand, put it to the right side of your face, and press trigger, there's literally a personal setting that says props.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, pickups. If you uncheck that box, it literally removes access to be able to pick up any of the props. It just disables.
I really
There we
thought you were just gonna be really snarky and be like, "If you hold your hand next to your head and pull trigger, now you can't grab anything. Keep your hand there."
What? Listen, I'm actually trying to help people here. What? I'm on an asshole. What the hell?
Just because you would do it, Mancy, doesn't
Yeah,
mean everyone
what
else
the?
would.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Lagori and I are Canadian. Okay, that's what the hell, man. We're trying to, we're nice people around here. What the hell?
Trying to be.
Anyway. Sorry. I keep looking at the time because we have like 24 minutes, and obviously we're having a good time here. But Mancy, is there anything else you want to add? Because obviously I want to get more people tell their stories and some
Manus?
chat questions and stuff.
I think one of the big
Narmi.
questions for Narmi is because one thing that Narmi really stands out is the fact that they are a very experienced pole dancer. If there was anything you could expand on that, if anyone was looking into becoming a pole dancer, what they should know, issues, what to look out for, general
Sure.
Q&A or FAQ.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I can give a quick brief rundown. So, regarding pole dancing, you want to make sure you actually invest in a good pole. And along with that, make sure your ceiling and the floor is sturdy. Worst case scenario is you see those pole dancing fail videos on TikTok and various social media videos where catastrophic explosions will say happened. So make sure solid base, solid ceiling. I can guarantee that. Next part, make sure you're warmed up. Learn the proper warm-up techniques for your shoulders, your arms, and especially when you do, actually I've got shorts, so I can go full send out like that.
Whoa.
The proper warm-up. Because your hips
He's
will
also very
get
flexible.
sore.
Normie will oblige. There you go.
So,
Well, you lived a good life on Twitch, Rebel. When's the YouTube
Yeah.
stream starting?
it's safe.
Oh, jeez.
Gee, I did this in 1 hour. You're good. You're good. So, make sure you actually treat your body properly. That's the thing. If you go too hard at pole dancing, and like dancing in general, you can destroy your body to the point where, yeah, as Altana said, you injure yourself and it becomes a chronic issue and it will affect you over time. So make sure you do take the necessary steps to, yes, push yourself, but in a controlled manner for long term. You either eat ass and go fast, or
Huh?
you live a nice long life that's full of life.
What? Eat ass.
That's the thing.
Huh?
Go fast, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do
Yeah.
the necessary things, right? Yes, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Push yourself, but listen to your body. Respect your body. Because in a way, it does know how you can push yourself bit by bit. That's the thing. And everyone's different. It's comes with time. And it's not like I picked up full body dancing, especially with the skill level, in like less than a year. It takes time and patience. But having fun, it just comes by so quickly in the flash, and you're like, wow, where did all that time go? But it's time when you look at it, you will never, like, if someone asks you, would you rewind time and redo anything? You're like, hell no. I'm happy with the way how it came out. Because it was worth it.
I got you.
Run into your pole.
Yeah, how many
God.
times did you run into your
So,
pole? That's what they said, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the whole time I say. Oh god, too many times. Like, especially when hanging out with friends and you're so, yeah, pretty much. Like, especially when you're having a great time. You're just like, oh, even if you have your chaperones out with your each little markers, and you're, oh.
I think there were also a couple people asking, like, are there poles that work with ceilings that aren't, like, flat? Like, slanted ceilings or ceilings without, like, flat, like, surfaces?
You may have to jerry-rig a certain, how can I say, ceiling
adapter.
base
You'd
from
have
what
to-
I understand.
You'd
Yeah.
have to make a probably an adapter.
Yeah.
Yes.
You almost like take like a piece of wood and cut it to the angle and mount that and then mount that. And
You
But
have
if you
to
have a drop
MacGyver.
ceiling, you're basically screwed because it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yep.
Unless you want to remove your
Um,
drop ceiling and attach it directly to a stud, it just doesn't work. Take that from someone who has done it.
try to attach a pole to a drop ceiling tile.
No, I had to remove my drop ceiling tile to get an attachment.
Yep.
Anyway.
So pretty much if it's not like a flat surface, you gotta have something to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Go fix
MacGyver
it.
something together, to be honest. Like, be creative, but learn from others. And that's the beauty of this community. There's many others who have gone through the same situation that you're going through right now. And if you're in the right community, you can learn from them. And everyone is, and a lot of people are willing to help you, give you that information because they want to see you flourish and to have fun. If we work together and have more fun, it only makes the community better. We all win in the end, and that's the nice thing about this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm
To
still
actually
here.
add onto that poll thing as well, I did just get something messaged to me as well. There are ground-only polls, but the thing is they have a massive base. They're huge.
Yes.
And are expensive, yes. But they
I've
do
seen
exist.
it when. Yes, at FanimeCon, I came across that one cosplayer in a swimsuit contest. She actually got a whole setup like that just for her talent part up. I was like, mind goddamn blown back at FanimeCon 2017. I was like, god damn!
But they do exist. It's just you have to be careful
Yeah.
because the base does sit slightly above the ground, and if you want to leave your pole up all the time, you will stub your toe, and it will not be nice.
That's not good.
It will not.
Yep.
Think
Set your
Lego wants to be
chaperones
a pole
out.
dancer.
You can turn it. You can turn it into a Christmas tree though in December.
Yes.
so candy.
A Christmas tree in the middle of your play space. Very nice.
Man, look, man.
Yeah, I got a little
family
Christmas
over.
tree.
It's
yeah.
easier to
Yeah,
explain.
Yeah,
Yeah, what is that? It's my Christmas tree.
Oh, that's
Christmas
It's the
great.
new style,
Looks like a pole.
new style Christmas
Yeah,
trees.
it's a modern simplistic. Everything's going simplistic these days, Mom. You won't
Yeah, it's just a
understand.
piece of metal. You know?
Nice and shiny and chrome. Mm-hmm. Witness me.
Be like, where's the ornaments?
Man,
I
man,
am the ornament. And then you dance around it, you know?
I'm the old
Start spinning around.
Yeah.
Deck yourself out in some Christmas lights and spin around that pole. You are the ornament.
And play some Marilyn Manson. Spin me right round, you know? Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, Narmi. I appreciate it. Anybody else in the audience? We might take one more because we want to get some chat questions.
Yes.
Anybody else? Yumi, I think. Yeah, let's go with Yumi. Yumi VR. The one that know. Whoa, what the? Teleportation.
There you are.
That's what happened to me earlier, and I didn't know I was going to the back rooms.
Secret cat powers.
Yeah, amplify. Okay, anyway, sorry. So, welcome Yumi to the podcast here. So obviously you are a fellow dancer at Phoenix Palace. So how's your experience dancing in general and at Phoenix Palace?
Well, with Phoenix Palace, it's easily probably one of the best clubs that I've ever been part of, honestly. Just kind of like a lot of the points people made before. The biggest thing for me is that the energy is always 100%. Because the thing for me is I'm one of those people where I feed off other people's energies. So the crowd's hyped, I'm hyped, other dancers are hyped. We're all hyped. It just makes it so fun. And also on top of that too, with just the like security and all that stuff, I just know I can trust like the council, I can trust all the BGs that, you know, when I go into an event, I'm not gonna have to worry about something happening. And just the community overall just being so wonderful. It's just easily made it to be one of the best clubs I've danced for in the last 2 years.
Nice. How did you meet up or get interactive with Phoenix Palace? Like, how did you end up joining and then becoming a dancer? Like, how did that process happen?
So starting dancing, unfortunately, our fellow dancer Spearmint's not here, but they are legit the reason I even heard of lap dancing clubs and got into them. Because it was all the way back in 2020 when Project Melody started. There was a small VRC group. Spearmint was part of that. They got to know a bunch of us. So then when, at the time, Party Freaks was starting to get an event coming up again, Spearmint invited a bunch of us as they knew that, oh, hey, college degenerates, you would love lap dance events. Brought a bunch of us in, and I was one of the ones that fell in love and just, you know, within 2 months got full body and started dancing like almost immediately after getting full body. And then for Phoenix Palace, I've technically, like pretty early on into learning about clubs, I always heard whispers about Sexy Sunday. But it was one of those fun things that, because I was around a lot of people who were also new to VR and the club scenes, it was always this fun little like whispers that there's this exclusive club, Sexy Sunday. How you get in? There's no, there's no Discord you get in. There's no pings. You just gotta know. You just gotta know the guys. You just gotta know when to request. You had to be in the know, kind of a thing. It made it kind of fun. And almost like this kind of like this fun like little elusive thing of like, ooh, apparently I gotta start practicing. I gotta work on myself through these like kind of like I don't know. It's like I don't want to say like because it's like that's not really the right tone for like even like especially Phoenix Palace. But it was just something kind of like fun kind of hearing. And then at the same time, I was like, I am lazy. I don't want to have like hunt around and try to find somebody to request on. But that's how I got to know, and then just got to know people through like other clubs like MVP, meeting people like Mental, Manus. And so then when I heard about Phoenix Palace coming around, I immediately joined their community. It was, I think, for the first like 4 months of Phoenix Palace's existence, I was just a guest, and then this past January, interviewed and got on, and have had zero regrets of that.
Okay, that's quite the story. Anybody else have anything to add to Yumi? And
yeah, Yumi is one of our like one of the dancers along with Zoltana and Aiko, a couple of people here that joined our community after we became Phoenix Palace, and we carried quite a few dancers over from Sexy Sunday, but over the years, obviously people, retire, leave the community kind of thing because of real life or other things, health concerns. We bring in new dancers, and Yumi was one of our first kind of recruit dancers when we started to bring new talent. Well,
new generations will always be a thing.
Phoenix Palace, next generation.
Oh my god! What is something that you look for when you try and look for applications? What's the process like when trying to be a dancer?
We look for the things we specifically look for. Is this, how long has this person been dancing? Do they have any affiliations with anyone else? How committed are they to making the events? Do they have something that may be holding them back? Is the schedule gonna work out? There's a million and one. There's not like one specific thing where we go like, yes, that's what we need. We turn on, for example, someone like, oh, you could be the best dancer in the world, but if you aren't able to meet the commitment, or maybe you have an ego problem or something like that, it's like, well, we'll pass. There's a lot of checks and balance to make sure that it works, because it's not an event necessarily to you're there to promote you're not there to promote yourself. You're not there for necessarily that huge vain glorification. It's there to express yourself and be part of something big, be a fully working oiled machine, a well-oiled machine kind of a thing. So we look at commitment, we look at skill, we look at make sure you're not like someone like, oh, this person has had multiple problems run with here, and here, kind of a thing. Yeah.
We keep a fairly small roster. Like a lot of clubs that are lap dance communities have 40, 50 dancers on their rosters.
Damn, what the heck?
Plus, right? And they're like there's like guest dancers and new dancers and all these different types of dancers, and some of them run multiple events, which is cool, but like we try to keep our community fairly small in terms of our dancer roster. We don't want just tons of people but we also don't want to be, short-handed. So we look for people who are dedicated, people who want to, come every week and, create the show that we're trying to create, and not just come, once every blue moon or something like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
When we're looking for people, we want people who know how to dance. Like, new dancers, feel free to apply, but you got to show some kind of skill
factor
before we will bring you on. And also, like you said, people who don't have major drama issues. We're not here to give you the platform to become this big, huge star or something like that. We're here to put on a show, have fun, be a community, not be like this jumping point for you as a famous.
We're not here to
person,
feed
right?
your ego.
No egos allowed.
That's a good way to
We
put it.
destroy your ego.
I wake up every morning, I piss excellence.
Guess so.
Yeah, our goal is to have a committed core of dancers, and that's kind of what we look for when it comes to people who want to be a part of our team. Is yeah, you may be a good dancer, but like Manus said, if you can only commit to once a month or something like that, I'm sure you're a lovely person, and we'd love to see you in the crowd. But we need people who want to dance as often as possible and support our team to be a part of our community.
Is part of the process you have to watch them dance?
It's part of the interview.
Well, we do
is
an interview.
we have
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see everyone in their tight suits. You mean like, all right, perform, and then they're just like, and you're like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, the silence
we have a
after is
minimum-
always fun.
I think we have a minimum like a minimum event attendance before you can even apply. Do we not? There's two events you have to be there and see what's going on.
3.
2 or 3.
Okay.
3 events before you can even apply to be a dancer.
We remove the event attendance requirement because a lot of dancers are not necessarily people who like to attend events as viewers. They like to be the ones that dance on people. So it's more of one of those things where we want people to show commitment. So we changed some of our guidelines to be, you need to be active in our community for a certain period of time. We don't want people who just fly in and be like, I want to be a dancer, and then become a dancer, and then that's it. We want people who know about our community, know about our people, and what we do. It's better if you can attend our events and as a guest, even if you don't enjoy it as much. But if you are interested in being a dancer, you at least need to be involved in our community.
Oh, absolutely. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Anything else you want to add, Yumi?
Actually, the only thing I just wanted to add about the interview part is, one of the people who had to go through it is I actually just, I don't think I mentioned it to either of you, but I just really appreciated how the interview was structured, because I actually liked all the questions, because, and for anybody who might be thinking of interviewing in the future, like to kind of prep for this, I would say for like the entire interview, maybe 20% of it's dancing, just so they can kind of see your skills, give you some constructive feedback where needed. But I did like all those questions, and it kind of helped, if anything, confirm that Phoenix Palace would be a great place to dance at. Is just because they do the whole thing. They kind of double check exactly the why do you want to apply, because like they said, they didn't want to make sure that it's like you're not trying to go in to be like a cloud chase, trying to be like, oh, I want to immediately start running around in every like public FPT heavens being like, I dance for Phoenix Palace, like bow down to me or anything like that, or just kind of make sure that the people can actually keep the commit time before, so it's not one of those things where you show up like once every blue moon and then half the staff's like, who are you? I really appreciated that, and I think it just helps confirm that as to why Phoenix Palace is such a great club to be a guest for, to watch these shows and to be a dancer for, because they just make sure that everyone is there to be committed and have fun.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Yumi. Thank you. I think we're actually gonna go over 2 hours, which I'm totally fine with, because obviously, when you're having fun, you know, you gotta. So, because I want to get some audience questions. I want to get some chat. I don't want to be like, oh, 5 minutes left. All right, time to go. Bye. I don't want to do that to you guys. So I want to obviously we can go over. If everyone's okay with that, we can go for another like.
Time, bye.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So in 5 minutes, another ad will play. So that'll happen, and then we'll go for a little bit longer, maybe like 20-30 minutes after that, maybe whatever. Anyway,
You just want the ad revenue, don't
what? No, I don't. Stop. It's not
we gotta
true.
watch another ad. Oh, damn.
Damn.
Don't forget those Prime
Yeah,
subs.
those
How do you do it? I'm not a VTuber.
I only listen.
Make sure to check out Raid Shadow Legends.
Right?
Yeah, one sub is worth
Challenge your
more than
friends to
all
the
ad
largest
revenue.
online mobile game.
Yeah. Anyway,
Have you heard of NordVPN?
is anyone else from the audience want to share their story, opinions? It doesn't have to be a dancer. It can just be an attendee.
I think I saw Joe's
marigold.
hand up first.
Looks like Elena wants to.
Elena.
The little Australian. They've.
Oh, there's a teleport. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
This is one of our squirmy
Hello.
ones when it comes to the dance event.
Yeah,
The squirmy one, yes.
This is one of our squirmy ones.
Oh, yeah.
I like to be. I can't really help it actually, but I like to be squirmy.
So how's your
Yeah, it's fun.
how's your event with so how's your time at Phoenix Palace as an attendee?
Oh, it's great. As an attendee, it is great. Like at the start, like you like ushered in and go down like an elevator and stuff, and then like take your place. And already you see like the dancers, and the dancers are having fun. The attendees are definitely having fun because you chat with them as well. But yeah, you go down the elevator and you can already tell everyone's having fun, and you just sit down. They're all dancing like in this like blue stage or like a red stage, and they're everyone's enjoying their time, and they choose to dance on you, and they choose to dance on you. It's obviously great because you get a better look at them. And for me, I squirm and get giggly, and
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
giggly
it's-
ones are
it's-
instructed never to mute their microphones.
Yeah, you're not allowed to mute.
yeah,
They're not allowed to.
Yeah.
no muting.
And
if you're
I will
squirmy,
personally go and bug you if you do.
I need to hear your
Yeah.
every syllable.
every giggle they hear, and it's embarrassing, but like even at the end of the time, I love it just because. Even as like a guest, I love getting reactions from the dancers. Like a lot of people also like to scare me, like come up from behind me, and that's pretty great as well because I know that even as like a guest, I'm bringing enjoyment to the dancers as well.
How did you end up joining Phoenix Palace? How'd you find out about it?
I think I heard it from like whispers from other people, like at like a party event called MVP. I heard like whispers of this Phoenix Palace that was more whispers of it, and like I remember.
What?
In a way, yeah. I heard it a couple of times. I was like, "What the fuck is this Phoenix Palace?" And I even went to like Twitter and like. I think it was mostly Twitter, like looking up Phoenix Palace, and I was just like, "What is this place?" I was like, another dancing place. I love that. I love,
Sure, it
seeing
just
people
wasn't just
dance
Mental
and get
and
clustered.
Nancy asking you to come to
That was Mental
Palace, given
Nancy.
they both attend MVP.
Yeah, they sought you out. They sought you out. They're like, this one makes noises. We must recruit them.
This one makes noises.
Maybe subliminally, maybe they'll just like, maybe we just like do the whispers at them, and maybe they'll join us. Who knows? But yeah, I remember joining it my first time. Like, I think it was the most I've ever like giggled there, and I think I like felt sick afterwards just because I was just so flustered and like giggling so often. So it was so great. And even now, I try and go like every week.
I gotcha.
We do have a lot of regulars, but we do still see at least like 5 to 10 new people every week.
I get an
depending on
average
the
anywhere
week.
from 3 to 5, maybe even 6 people that ask to add me in VR for every week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's always new gray names I've never
there's always
seen
new
there as well.
names, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because like a lot of the regulars they'll bring their friends. I see a lot of people, they have someone that they know would love it, and they bring someone in, and then they yell at the dancers, be like, they're new! They're new! They're new! They're new!
Oh, and that's like our favorite thing to do as regulars. That is our favorite thing to do. You bring someone else in, it's like, hey, new person. And yeah,
Fresh meat.
It's a lot of fun.
Or
Basically.
birthdays, yeah.
Birthdays,
Yeah.
bar mitzvah.
birthdays. Shut up, Joe.
Happy birthday, Lego.
I heard that.
We enjoy seeing people's reactions, and you know that's kind of integrated into what I do when I am running the event.
I gotcha. Anything else you want to tell or add, Alina? Is that how you pronounce that? Alina?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ad. Oh no! What's happening? Hello? Am I
Yeah,
alive?
the internet almost took you again.
You're good.
Almost. I'm
Stared
good.
into the void. The void stared back.
What else to add?
Yeah.
Beware of the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes, it just turns into memes.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
That's true.
Like, you suddenly have Squidward dressed as Hatsune Miku dancing on you, or like some, like SpongeBob, or like fucking Kermit the Frog with like the sexiest bod is now dancing on you, and it's just.
That's
it's pretty
tradition.
great. Like, everyone has
It's
a
the
great
real
time.
LTT experience.
I don't know if any other club does
Is that
that.
the real honest Sebastian?
Yeah.
Every other club is too serious.
I know there are a couple that do it. There are a couple, I think, but
It's one of the reasons why I love it, because
we like to have fun.
I think kind of to kind of piggyback off that is there's a long tradition in VR or in a dancing club that was carried on from Sexy Sunday into Phoenix Palace, and that the end of the event always ends with the song "Jump Around,"
Yep.
which which when it plays, everyone just starts bouncing up and down, basically. It's a reference to the Wisconsin Badgers college football team, because after the third quarter they play that and everyone jumps around in the crowd.
Oh.
Way back in like 2018, what happened was we were setting the trailer, or we were setting up for the first Sexy Sunday event in like his new club at the time. And he's trying to put together this trailer. He's doing this. He's like talking to some people over here. And I started playing Jump Around and started bouncing. And he comes around the corner and he's like, all right, we got work to do. And there's just this pile of just like 20 people in it. And it just stuck. And that's just how the events now end, is just this final crescendo of just everyone
jump around.
I'd like to add that most people are T-posing during this period.
Oh
which is
yeah,
great.
everyone was T-posing. and
T-pose.
just watching him just absolutely just see everyone jumping, and then just the hard. God damn it.
Nice.
But, you know,
Old history.
but that's where that came from.
Always wondered.
Little good way to end an event. A good way to end an event.
I'm
Just
pretty sure
that's
that video
the
still
closing.
exists.
Because there's so many clubs that just they have. It's just like, you know, the end of the event comes over and it's just like, okay,
All right, bye. Fuck off.
bye.
It's like,
Yeah,
see you next week.
It's a good way to end it. Yeah,
And
it's a
now
good way
that
to
we have
end
our
it.
own public world, we don't just end the event. We go to an after party.
And now there's an after party. So it's jump around hits. All right, everyone, jump through the portal. We go over here. We all hang out, drink, talk to the dancers, all that kind of stuff. Be in your avatar. That's when then you can be in your avatar. Then it don't matter.
I try to host them every week that I can. I'll try to be the one that drops the portal and get everyone in for the after party.
Yeah.
That's normally the goal. It's fun to have an after party, get people out of the dance world, and actually get everyone into a world that they can hang out, drink.
The
Unfortunately,
VR chat-
that's been the case
chat
recently.
keep
VR chat's
barking.
kicking my portal.
Yeah.
Hey, with the new
But, you know.
group system, though, hey, you can make a group instance. Hey.
Exactly.
A little bit of a group instance
Saying.
going on. Oh, see us loop back to the groups?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You know, so it's a
Oh,
come full
callback.
circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Elena?
Oh, no, that's not already
Okay.
been said. It's a great place. Come
All right, awesome.
join.
Thank
Be
you.
flustered.
Thank you for coming up here and sharing
Thank
your
you.
story.
Thanks, Elena.
Yeah.
All right, so
Clappies.
we're gonna start taking some questions from the Google Document / chat questions in the audience. So I always do the document first because those have been sitting, steaming away for like 2 hours. So I want to get for those quickly. Some of them might be short, so we'll have to see. Let me take a little peek-see here. Oh, we got 6. Sick. So first is from Shed123. This is a question for Mancy. I was just wondering how long you and Miss Mancy been together because both of you are so adorable.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, I'm married IRL. I live with my wife. I have been married to her for 6 years this last October. And then we've been.
What the? I wasn't.
What the fuck was that?
That wasn't me.
This is my
I thought that was you.
I wanted a water bottle.
I thought that was Rebel grabbing his headset and like faking it.
Damn
like,
it! I
an
wish I
existential
was
nightmare or something,
married.
like,
I thought your corgi was back in your room again.
no,
No, I was getting.
but no,
water.
we've been married for 6 years. I've known her since our junior year in high school, which was 2000 and
Forever ago.
7.
Oh. It's gonna make you
Not
sound
that
really old.
So,
Let's
no,
not joke about
sophomore
those,
year.
those
No,
times.
no, sophomore year. So 2006. That's 12,
Don't do math.
16
Don't
years.
do math. It's fine.
16 years, 17 years. God, it's a long time. But it was good. Yeah, it's good. Me and her are obviously we're very close. She knows everything I do in VR. She's very supportive of it. I've given her dances, lap dances, and all that IRL while at Phoenix Palace.
Whoa!
I sat in a chair and I've actually given her a dance. She really loves it. So
That's
yeah,
next
she's
level.
very supportive of it.
So that's when you're muted.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's what's really going on.
She's usually sitting laughing. Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, long time.
Awesome. Next question. Some of these might have to be rapid fire because obviously I want to take people's questions from the audience as well. Shed says you're all quite you're all quite veteran VR users. How has VR evolved, and where do you think it's going?
Ooh, we got touched on that a little bit recently already.
Yeah,
Yeah, the full dive is the goal is eventually SAO style full dive where you feel touch and you have full control of your body and.
I mean, just history-wise, like I personally started back in December 2017 as well. I saw some streams and it's like I want to be a cute anime girl. So, but I also kind of said, I don't want to play on desktop, so I went out and bought a headset for Christmas, and it was the OG Oculus Rift. And my path went from Oculus Rift to Oculus Rift with an extra camera, and then trackers with base stations, and then well, actually, I tried to do Connect. I tried to do Connect before that.
Man.
That was something.
I used Try
and then I
Connect
did the
too.
hybrid.
Connect days. Woo!
Yeah.
I think it's
and
interesting.
Then I did the.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I did the hybrid system, and then I moved on to Vive, and then I killed 5 Vive headsets, and then I moved on to Vive Pro. 5?
What?
Dancing will murder your gear. Keep
Yeah.
that in mind for all those who want to
Yeah,
dance.
that-
It will destroy
There's
your
multiple different versions of the original Vive.
Yeah.
Then the third run of those, intentionally Vive removed a protection under the nose that prevented
that's
water
right.
from liquid from like affecting the cable that connects your screens to the hardware in there. And they removed the protection and they removed the sealant or they changed the sealant, and so if you got really sweaty, which dancing for 2 hours can do, that sweat will get in there. And I managed to kill like 4 or 5 headsets that way.
Oh my god.
I think it's interesting to see how. Oh,
go ahead. No, I was just gonna make a joke. You're single-handedly funding like Vive of so many heads.
Well, no, I didn't buy like 4 of those were RMAs. So
okay.
You single-handedly killed HTC.
You killed HTV. What?
You did. You're the reason we don't have any Vives anymore.
Anyway, what were you saying, Mancy?
I think it's interesting to see how VR has gone from, because I got my VR actually, it was a wedding present.
Yeah.
Back before VR chat was a thing, at least, or popular, at least, when anyone was in it and it was just still a dev's dream. And regardless, is how VR went from like a bunch of arcade, almost tech demo-y kind of games. You think of like early VR. It's all just, you stand there and you do some blah, 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 whatever, but they're all just kind of feel like arcade little tech demos. And then obviously a lot of people tried to push out into actual games. Half-Life Alyx, absolutely amazing. Boneworks, amazing, all that kind of stuff. But I think what now you see a lot going on is the push into the social aspects of thing. And, we can sit here and rip on Meta as much as we want. And they're doing it a little, not the best, not nearly as much as VRC has already done, or even, CVR or Neros or any of those. But it's that push now for that, face-to-face interaction, where you see a lot going these days. So it's interesting to see how VR has progressed in that sense.
And there's also a lot of things, not only just tech-wise, like physical tech-wise, but also like when we first started playing VR, it was like you launch in and then you go play your game or whatever, right? And now there's a lot of us that do so much more in VR now too. Like I can sit here and have a screen up here that's equivalent to my desktop monitor, and also be in VR interacting with you while browsing the internet or watching a stream, and being in Discord, and then I can it's just like these advances that we have from when we first started back in 2017, 2016.
Yeah, programs
so
built
what we have
out
now,
of necessity.
Yeah, and then you have physical tracker advances, you have software advances, and it's just, you do kind of see that evolution towards that full dive that we talk about.
Well, if you think
all the
about
time.
in the span that we've had, because I got my VR in 2018 and I started with an original Oculus Rift, you can see in the span from just 2018 to 2022, the jump in those 4 years from what we had and started with to what we have now. Different games are out, not even just VR chat in general, but the advances that are happening not only with the technology. The Index 2 is already being talked about, and in blueprints. We're already talking about wireless for the Index 2, or wireless adapter to the Index 1. That's what a lot of people have been wanting, because you can only do it on the Vive and the Vive Pro with wireless, and people are limited by that.
Wireless, yeah.
So wireless is a huge thing that happened within the last 4 years, because there was no wireless when it was first released, right? No wireless didn't exist. You were always going to be cabled. And then all of a sudden now you have this advantage of, hey, I'm not cabled to shit. So now all of a sudden you can have a play space that's like 20 by 30 in size. As long as you have the base stations to support it, you can walk that entire distance, no issues. Right? Like, there's people that just created their entire downstairs basement to be their play space. So all of a sudden you have someone who started in VR. I started in VR with a 4x6 spot. That's all I had.
Whoa.
That's the only room I had, and that's all I did. And I was in half body for a little while, so I didn't do much. But shortly after getting half body, I don't even think it was 3 to 4 weeks later, I got full body hybrid system. It was a huge advancement, but God, does it suck compared to just having everything match, right? Like if you have your Index with your or your Vive with your trackers, there's no calibrating necessary. But you remember the days you had to sit there and just do this constantly to recalibrate your goddamn trackers.
Oh
I
yeah.
shoot myself
That
every
was
12.
That was a long
Dancing
time ago.
that
Yeah, the hybrid
sucked.
trackers.
It sucked
Having to
because
restart
any slight
everything.
motion.
Yeah.
Yep. Reset everything. You dance. You'd shimmy a little bit. Your tracker would go out of whack. You'd have to stop, pull aside, do your freaking motion, go back in,
Yep.
do it again. The hybrid
For
system is still
dancers,
that way as
that's-
far as I'm aware, but
Well, for dancers, you know, that's a terrible. Like I danced with the hybrid for a long time, and it's just like
oh,
you start to
same.
drift. Oh, and now I look like crap. So I gotta go restart again. I gotta go off to the side and go restart everything because
And there's no amount of calibrating that'll fix a tracker that's moved a foot in this direction.
Mhm.
yeah.
What I can say
Yeah.
is, what was the something about? Oh, let me look at it again.
How
how
has
has VR
VR
evolved? Okay, so
progressed?
it evolved over time. Well, I mean, 5 years ago I was a desktopper, and then within a month I got Oculus Rift, and I did have the hybrid set up at one time and used the Kinect, so that was a headache and a half. And when I was standing next to someone that had actually Vive trackers, and I was there with the Kinect, I looked like a fucking doofus, and I was like, I'm poor, I want what you have.
Yeah.
And you know, you had to have a hybrid setup. Obviously, you know, 5 years later, here I am like interviewing people in VR. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is my job. Like, you know, now think about in the next 5 years what's gonna happen. You know, like it's gonna even be more crazy. You know, some people have full length jobs in VR, not just VR chat, just in VR or tech culture in itself. So you could say that there's huge opportunities, and I think there's going to be a lot going forward, you know, with either VR chat or just VR in general. Like, we have the index is what, 3 years old now ish, maybe two, no, it's 2.5.
Yeah.
Someone told me recently. And just think about like the headset we have now, you know, in the next year or two, it's going to be even better. And you're going to have wireless, you're going to have all these things, and it's like going to have, some people even talked about the new patent got leaked for Index is going to have inside out tracking, as well as maybe the option to go wireless or cable. So then you have like more tracking points to have even better tracking, not just base stations, in case, I don't know, you didn't want to have base stations, you just want to go wireless and run around. But like, there's a lot of those speculations. That's not, you know, I don't want to say like that's 100% going to happen. That's just speculation, but it's definitely a huge advancement. Like, people are starting to get eye tracking, face tracking in their headsets, and now in VR. There's literally a video that happened a week or two ago with somebody experimenting with eye tracking. It was on Blackjack VR's tweet. It blew up. It was basically just a mute just blinking at someone, just like blinking and like smiling. And everyone's just like, oh my God, they're blinking. And then like, you know, even like a couple weeks before that was when the Quest 2 just got finger tracking. And now they have full body tracking as well. And it was two people communicating with ASL, which is American Sign Language. And that tweet almost got 2 million views.
I never realized
I
how
remember seeing
big that community is in VR. The ASL community is
Oh,
huge.
huge.
I had no idea that was so
Massive.
big until I ran into it like one day, and all of a sudden I realized like just the amount of people like learning
Sign language.
They wrote an entire version of ASL off basic VR chat hand gestures.
Yeah.
Yep.
I interviewed
That's
a person
crazy.
from the Helping Hands community. Ray is deaf. He's one of the teachers there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ray's in a lot of communities too. Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah.
massive. That's just, if you really think about it, that's the tip of the iceberg. There's probably 1,000 other communities that could be massive that people don't know about because not everything is streamed or recorded or even talked about. Like, you know, there could be some crazy ass RP shit going on right now. We don't even know about it unless you're in the crowd, you know, you just know about it. What'd you say? Oh, flying, yeah, flying.
Oh, the flying
yeah,
community.
the fly,
Oh yeah, the flying
F-16
simulators.
people, yeah. Yeah. That,
Been a part of that. That's
yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
there's just so much to do here.
we'll take some questions from the audience. Does anyone have any questions in the studio here tonight?
I think every
Raise
single
your
one's in
hand.
this room that
Raise your hand. Fling?
Thing?
Oh God.
Yeah, hold on. I have to put the camera on him,
I'm worried.
and then we have to amplify his voice. So just give that guy a second here to get it going. It's
Fling has a habit of raising his hand during the beginning of events to ask a dumb question or not have a question at all and just get yelled at by me.
yeah. Listen,
So
we're
if
taking
this is a dumb
yeah,
question,
yeah.
I'm gonna smack you.
Yeah, we're just gonna do the handheld. Let's just do that then.
So, tell me right
now,
boy.
is it time to use the bathroom yet?
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
there it is.
dude. Jesus
See?
Christ.
This is why.
Feel free to give him a warning.
Patrick Bateman, what's your question? Sorry, we can't. We can't hear him because we have to amplify.
He's
his
not
voice.
boosted, so we
He's
have
not
no idea what he
boosted.
said. I heard that because it got
I heard
awkward.
that at least. I heard that. What'd you say, Slick? What was your question?
Can I go too?
Oh my god,
No.
dude. Oh my god, dude.
One at a time.
Get these guys out of
There's only one party
here.
pass.
What
You
the?
know, they're supposed to be bodyguards, but they're probably the comedic relief. You know those cartoon movies where you have the little monkeys that are the comedic relief that's flinging.
What was the name of the two old Muppets that always hung up in the audience and they always what was their names? You know what I'm talking about? They're like,
I know what you're talking about.
that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like they were like in the Muppets. There was like two old guys.
Yeah,
and
they commentary to the show.
they just like were like
Earl and
yeah.
Carl? That's someone said in the chat. I don't know. I don't know. I never watched the Muppets, dude. I don't know, man. I'm young.
To be honest, most of my night is consisting when bodyguarding is telling those two to shut up.
Yeah.
That's about bodyguard night.
If there's bad eggs in our community, it's those two, not the people. not
there
the
you
people
go.
In the community.
Does anyone else have a question that isn't Fling and Slick Willy that actually is a legitimate question?
See, at the beginning of the events, you know, when you see me ignore those two, that's exactly why.
I mean, listen.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, that's for the.
There we go.
The Muppets.
Yeah, there they are.
Nobody else? No other questions? Forever hold your peace. So I can't like. No, I don't trust them, dude. I don't trust them, dude. They lost their shot, dude. It's a one and done, you know. You're not fucking around. Just say
Liar.
your question from here, then. Let's just hear it, then, bro.
Alright, I had to do a lot of yelling today. Alright, serious question though. Serious question. When are more collabs happening? I think just kind of more in general, like what are y'all thinking about that? I know that's coming down the line for people who might not know. Like what's the future looking like for that?
We have a collab tomorrow with MVP. If you're in the Discord, you'll see
I almost
that.
forgot about that.
It'll be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Pacific, or not Pacific, Eastern. We will be collabing with MVP. We'll be using our world. In the future, we already have one lined up and probably another one with a blue member of our crowd here tonight that we need to talk about. But we do have another
Blueberry.
collab lined up, probably early January, simply because of the holidays. We don't want to.
Yeah,
we don't want
Christmas
to
is
try and do a
coming
collab
fast.
during Christmas and New Year's.
I see this audio.
Oh man.
No, stop.
No.
Cause I knew
No. Wait.
I see this.
Oh man.
Help me, please.
Oh god. Anyway, we'll take some questions from the Twitch chat, you know, the people watching out there. So, let me see here. Widgie, good question. You know, self-plug myself here. Does Rebel have any cool merch, and where can we get it? Well, I actually have a body pillow, so if you want to buy that, you can Cuddle the Octopus.
It's backstage, I'd show you, but there's one side that's not Twitch friendly.
Yeah, that's true.
We were
that's
gonna bring it
true.
out with us, but then we were like, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, you just type in my chat, exclamation point merch, I think it is, and then you can go and buy it. Please, I need money. Please.
Are you gonna
What?
tell us about those cuddly octopus? Those tri-cloth quality to it?
Oh, absolutely. I wish I was sponsored. I would say it even more. I'll say it every 5 minutes if they paid me. Smile.
Smile.
Yeah, smile. Yeah,
Oh,
this
there it
one.
is.
Oh God,
There
be
it is.
careful.
Oh. Oh God, be careful.
Yeah, we gotta
Don't flip
angle
over.
it this way because the other side's not Twitch friendly. So you gotta.
I'm glad I turned off my interaction.
Oh God, that's right. It
same.
dropped.
I can't.
Get up.
Hold on, I can save
I
us.
can't hold it.
Gonna...
Yeah, just show it. Listen, if you.
I feel,
this is
I
the
feel
only
like
time.
I'm holding a ticking time bomb
Yeah.
right now.
Listen, this is the only time you'll get it. Limited time offer, but now it's gone, just like that. See,
You made me panic. I thought I dropped it, and I was like,
No, I have magic powers. I can reset things. Oh, Narmi has a question. What's your question, Narmicus? Oh, you have to wait. Yeah, sorry. There's a little setup here. Because we have to amplify your voice. Now it's amplified. What's your question?
Perfect. So let's say for new dancers or anyone interested in the full body exotic dancing scene or dancing in general, what would be the best or key advice going forward? Like straight fresh, don't know what to do, but you want to get in on the action. What would you recommend?
Oh man.
don't compare yourself to other people and work on and master the basics before trying to master or to branch out into a style or to work on power moves. Just learn the basics, learn how to do a good hip roll, and learn the, how to build basically a good stamina, a good roll. Then once you have the very basics mastered, then you can start branching out before focusing on
Fitness is key.
Fitness
Absolutely.
is key.
One of the first things I ever did was just go to another event, just watch.
Yeah, watch.
Sorry,
Watch
continue
other
on.
dancers. Legitimately watch other people dance. Go to events, watch other people dance, and it doesn't even have to be exotic dancing. You can go. There's an amazing YouTuber by the name of Fitness Marshall who does incredible cardio. I love dancing to him myself. He's absolutely fabulous. Where
He's
he
also
does
in the Pai Pai Dance Worlds.
He is in the Pai Pai Dance Worlds. He does Just Dance, like custom workouts and all that, and a lot of the moves he does can be translated to on stage. The biggest thing to get over with dancing, I've seen a lot of people struggle with, is not necessarily skill, it is to get over the fear of standing up in public in your underwear. Basically, it is a public speaking's worst nightmare, because like that saying of like, just picture them all in your underwear. It's backward. You have 60 people watching you in your underwear, so it's getting over that initial fear of dancing. When I first started, honestly, most of the times I was just dancing with my eyes closed.
Well, I'm probably one of the few people that, like, when I first started dancing at Sexy Sunday, I wanted to be up there. I wanted to be the one on the stage dancing and getting all the praise. A lot of people come to me that are new and they're like, how do I get over this nervousness of being on stage and being seen by people? It's just go up there. Like, they want to see you. They want to see what you can do. Whether or not it's good or not, they're not going to know most of the time. Most of those people in the crowd aren't going to know if you're an expert or new to it.
Yeah.
Some people will, sure, but they're not gonna.
A good hip roll will go a long way.
Oh,
a good
hip roll is probably the first thing you have to learn. But it's not necessarily about having confidence. It's just getting over your ability or your self destruction of like thinking that you're not good enough, right? Like you just have to be comfortable dancing. If you feel comfortable dancing, then other people will like watching you dance. Whether you think you're good or not doesn't matter in the long run. It's just once you get on the stage and dance, people are going to support you. Are there going to be trolls or people that tell you suck? Sure, but we live in VR chat and the internet, and it's all the same thing. You just have to ignore those people. And
unless you come to Phoenix Palace,
hopefully you never
eat them.
And if yeah, you're not gonna get that kind of stuff at Phoenix Palace, but like if you go and dance at Full Body Heaven or one of those places
in public,
learn to use your mute button. Like when I learned to dance, I danced on friends. I danced on anybody who was around back then. And I watched other people dance. I watched Miss. I watched Track. I watched Senpai. I still watch Senpai. You know,
relatable.
It's everyone does.
They disappeared. I don't know where they went. But anyways, you know, it's all about, you know, you're not going to become an expert on your own. You know, just watch other dancers, watch the good dancers, and do your best to mimic them. Create your own style through that.
You just look under the chair for Senpai, Brent?
Huh?
Yeah.
Listen,
I think Senpai became
Brent's also
the chair.
another good blueberry to watch.
I will say this: shout out to all the dancers that are just in the chat, you know, listening or watching tonight. You know, some of them couldn't make it because of work and stuff like that. But shout out to all the dancers just in the chat. You know, like Chosen and who else? Has who else couldn't make it? I don't know, a bunch of people. My brain's a little fried. Genjo, there you go. Thank you.
Genjo was there earlier.
There's Genjo.
Exactly.
Chosen.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. When I see some of these dancers, you know, I thought it was getting hot, you know, in my room, but that's all I'm gonna say. That's the end of that sentence right there. I can't go any further.
Well, what if we
Remember, you're still
turn this
streaming.
around and we ask
What? Yeah.
we ask you a question? What if we ask you a question?
Yeah, actually.
Ask me a question.
Yeah, like
There we
how did you get involved with the Phoenix Palace community?
I remember from Rebel back in SS
surprise,
days.
surprise, he goes to Phoenix
What are
Palace.
you talking about?
If you're watching.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just randomly met you in some random boy club. I was just like, hey, you're pretty cool, man. Oh, sorry, everyone's looking. How did I get involved? Well, I was there for Sexy Sunday back in the day. I'm an old frog. So I heard about the event way back in the day when actually it was streamed. Ooh. And then I was just like, bro, what is this? I was immediately like, uh-oh, this is how VR chat's going to get banned. Dun, 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 dun. You know, I was just like, salute, you know, I got to get out of here. But over time, when I heard that it started going off stream, and I was a little bit hesitant to even join because I've been to other events. I won't mention any names. Some of them still exist, some don't. Some of them were just kind of weird. Like I went to an event like 2018 before Sexy Sunday, and everybody was quiet. Nobody talked. It was so weird. Like everyone's just sitting there, and then you hear like, and everyone's just like, yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. I was just like, yeah, it was literally like crickets. I was just like, what is this? I was like, this sucks. Is this what this is about? This is lame. This is cringe. I'll admit it. So I was a bit apprehensive. So eventually I was like, you know what? I'll try. And I got in and I got addicted. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a recovering addict. This is my intervention. So yeah. So that's
Actually, adding on that, yeah, I like that. Because during SS days, I also noticed when I first went, especially on the side that we were sitting on, almost nobody talked. And my buddy that brought me in there was like, oh, we just normally talk in Discord. I was like, that's fucking boring. So I started talking in game and got them all to start talking in game. We became the obnoxious corner. I got threatened very, very, very many times by McGregor with the kickstick. A lot. Like, I mean, a lot. Like, he'd peek around from his little BG corner and stare at me. And I'm okay. Like, I always wondered I was taking it too far, but I never got to really complain.
Talk and enjoy their time. We don't want quiet. we
Yeah,
want
it's
to
weird
hear
when it's
you,
quiet.
you know?
And when it started,
As long as you're not being creepy.
Yeah, when I started
Don't be
seeing
creepy.
people not like talking, I just made it my mission. Whoever was on the stage or in front of me, I would always just give like just compliments, and you know, I just want to give more appreciation because I don't dance. I have I have back problems and a lot of personal things I don't want to get into, but I like to see people dance and let's be real here, they're dancing for free. Like, they are doing this, sweating their balls off or whatever, and they're going ham, and you're sitting there like at least you could do is at least say like, hey, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. That's why I always, whenever someone dances, I always say thank you so much, I really appreciate it. A compliment goes a long way, and I want to teach people, at least if someone's around me, like, oh shit, maybe I should do the same. I think you should always appreciate people. And to add on to that, there are some people that do complain and say, well, I didn't get a dance. I'm like, well, you can't expect, a dance at every single event, That's just how it is, Just be lucky and be happy, because this is free.
Dances are...
Being a talker,
really
definitely gets you.
Yeah, they're encouraged not to like have favorites that they always go dance on, because it's kind of like we want to have everyone enjoy their time, which means random people are the ones that get the dances. And if you compliment dancers, Bunny just messaged me saying if you compliment her, she'll dance on you. Compliments are great. Positive feedback's great. Talking just in general, as long as it's not about stupid stuff that has nothing to do with the event, is great.
Yes.
We're here for the event. We're here to have fun. So, talking is part of that.
Don't feel awkward about being quiet when you're getting a dance, because I feel that from a personal aspect. You just start, you're a little engrossed with what you're looking at, so you just you don't have to talk.
You have to unmute. You have to be like, yes, please.
Yeah, you gotta start. No. I have a strict rule, especially with squirmers in that frickin' server. If you mute while you're at the event, I will personally slap you. You stay unmuted.
I gotta go let my dogs back in, so I gotta zip down into hell. I'll be right.
All right.
I'm back. Whoop!
Oh my god.
I forgot mine.
Narmicus, what's your question or your input or?
Yeah, input wise. So regarding attendees being more active, right? Be more active. Us dancers, staff, attendees, we're all in a symbiosis of energy with together. The more fun we have with each other, it just builds together. It's like teamwork. You share victory, you share defeat. In other words, when you're having fun, we're having fun. We're having fun, you're also having fun, hopefully. And that's the beauty of it, when it all comes together. Yeah, it's a nice feedback.
I get you.
And that's a lot of why I'm also still in this community. Yeah, as you said, look, it's a feedback loop.
A feedback loop.
And that's what makes yes, giggling. And that's why it feels great to be committed into the exotic dancing community, to wiggle your butt and to push your body to the limits to learn. It's amazing because, again, people appreciate. And of course, there's people who might not appreciate, but that's life. But if you get through those hurdles, it's just even more enjoyable having those moments, like with your friends and everyone you work with together. So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know really how to put it beyond that.
No, that was perfect.
Yeah, that was great.
Kind of nailed it on the head
I
there.
really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Dab. Tori, in my chat says, I actually got a question if that's okay. So with this new exposure, PP is likely to get more guests. They got any plans for how to accommodate more guests?
So that solves itself. We have instance caps. we don't make multiple instances. It's not possible. We limit our instance to 60 people total, including staff, which is generally about, I think, 30 to 35 guests, depending on staff count. So
somewhere around there, yep.
Actually, I could talk. I wanted to talk to you about this actually live here. Is with the new beta, there's some kind of push for more optimization when you have large amounts of people in it.
Yeah.
Did you want to try stress testing? Pushing that limit up a bit.
Again, with that, we may do that. With the beta giving some gain in performance, that may be something we try to push to the 8 cap, the hard cap or whatever it supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm also sorry as a bodyguard for all those attendees who do try to come in regularly, but I don't actually get to, and none of the bodyguards do. Especially with the new attendees, you understand a cap, so if we can get you in the first week, we'll definitely try again. But the best thing you can do is request early.
Yeah.
Early, like be the first person. As soon as that announcement goes out, press that button. You'll be one of the first
But
people
don't
on
be
all
too
of our
early.
lists.
Early,
And we'll hit you.
early, but
Too
not
early,
before
we'll
the
ignore it.
announcement. Before the yeah, for that you just that's how you immediately get denied, is if you
Yep.
drop it like before the announcement. The second the announcement comes out, you got to be there with your hand on the button. Be like, no.
Because if we get any before the announcement, I delete them. They're gone.
Damn.
So I can't get them again. So you have to resend. So always send as soon as the announcement goes out. Just listen for the ping, or even watch the server with your overlay, and just hit that button immediately.
And don't all spam one bodyguard. send an
Just
invite
you
request
only-
to other bodyguards.
They all the bodyguards talk to each other while they're inviting people in. So you only have to send one invite. You don't have to spam it. And you only have to send it to
We will
one
get to
bodyguard.
you. If we don't get to you, it's because we've capped out. I have a thing set on all of mine. So if I have any leftovers that I know are not duplicates and someone who wasn't able to get in, I will say currently full. Sorry about that. That is my response to all of them. I will say currently full. So we try to be accommodating as best we can. With a hard cap, it's hard to get everybody in. I know you all want to watch some pixels be waved in front of your face, but we have to, make do with what we
We
got.
are more than pixels, Lego. How dare
What
you?
the heck?
I don't know.
They're polys, not pixels. Get it
Oh,
right.
I'm so
polygons,
sorry, and that's
dude.
coming from someone who does 3D model work.
Polys.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I know all too well about polys, okay? My Spartan is 127,000 of them, alright? You have to leave me
Whoa,
alone.
Whoa, that's very poor. What the?
He's overcompensating.
Oh, I know. It's not like I'm tall in real life anyways.
Huh? Anyway, any other questions? Is anyone from the actually? You know, Zol, Tana, what's your question?
I promise it's not going to be a stupid question. I promise.
Okay, what's your question?
Okay.
Okay, it might be a little stupid question. When are we going to have more
boy.
Spartan dancers?
Oh, don't even start, please.
I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to see this dance?
We need to finish this fight.
There's like a meme within the server that people want to watch my huge Spartan dance.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Well, you got
There's
that
been
doctor. You
requests
got that
for it.
Dr. Livesley now. Freaking Chad
Yes, sir. Absolutely, I do.
Strut it.
yeah, you see, I get the money. Come on.
Finish this fight. You know, Chief, what are you doing on that ship? Finishing this dance.
See, Mental has armor too. I mean, Narnia has armor. We have armor.
Uh-oh.
Just saying.
You already answered your question.
You gotta say one day. You gotta be like a politician. Just say someday in the future. It's a good idea.
Someday in the future.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm pretty sure, not Lego, but I'm pretty sure Prism was messaging Zoltana saying, "Hey, ask about getting more dancers in armor because I love armor."
Whoa, okay.
Actually, I'm more the armor nut than
fooled around-
Matt is, funny enough.
Well, he keeps telling me he
fooled around
wants
with the
he wants
dancers?
he wants all the
being
dancers
safe?
in
I was
armor.
wearing-
Yeah, because he
have
wants to make
protection.
money from giving all the dancers armor. That's what he wants.
No, he wants to see it.
Does
Wow.
does anyone on the panel here have
Ratting him on.
any other questions for me or want to bring up as a topic? Because we're gonna be wrapping up soon. We're going for almost 3 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, my left controller is actually about to die because it didn't charge all the way.
Oh man.
Personally, I'm just happy to see everybody, and hopefully everyone enjoyed what we did. Just like I always say at our events, hopefully you enjoyed our night, and had fun with Phoenix Pals. And we welcome you to the community, and hope to see more of you. And thank you, Rebel, for being so kind as to bring us on.
Of course.
It was fantastic.
Anything else, Pants, you want to add?
Nope. Outside of thanks for having us, it really means a lot. It's always really good to dance on you. I always really love your
I don't know what you're talking about.
your commentary, and Yeah.
I'm going for VR chat president.
I was talking.
Dude.
I
what are
was
you talking about? I don't have
I was
any
talking in
relationship.
general
What?
in VR. I wasn't talking at any specific place, Rebel. Wow.
Huh? What? Listen, I don't condone these types of behavior, okay? We only have 5 feet of distance between us, respectfully, with my binoculars on, looking at you respectfully, like this distance. You know, then I can look at you. Vote for me for VR
I've
chat
stood
president.
behind you.
Oh?
What?
That special little thing?
I've stood
For
behind
me?
you. I'm pretty sure I could vouch otherwise.
What? Anyway, jokes aside, Ligorian, have anything to add or wrap up? Got some questions? Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Okay.
We got Joe and Elena. I know Joe had his hand up a lot earlier. We never got to
Joe?
him, so.
Sorry, Joe. What's your question?
Once he gets boosted.
Yeah, once he's good.
Because he's quiet.
Yeah.
Dude, they're not even talking. Are they muted?
No, because I'm not talking yet.
Now you're talking.
There you
Oh,
go.
we
Now
hear
you
Now we
we hear you, buddy.
So,
Great question.
Okay, got your tongue.
just give me a second. All right, hold on.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So, I guess because of the stream, like, how are you gonna take in like new people, both as attendees, as like people who want to try out dancing, or maybe even like, because I even just spoke with Bully a second ago. He wants to try seeing if there's a spot in the future for a bodyguard spot.
So
That's just something
as
I
we
guess
spoke
we
about-
handle on that side, but.
Yeah, as we spoke about earlier, we try to keep staff, both dancers and just in general, small, so that we don't have bloat. We don't want to have any issues with, people disappearing and us not knowing what's going on, that type of stuff. So, we've never had a whole ton of bodyguards. We've never had a whole ton of dancers. Like, I think our cap right now is 23 or something like that. We have currently 7 or 8 bodyguards, I think is what it is. So
yeah, we're up to that higher number now.
Yeah, we're kind of at that level where we don't want to get more bodyguards. We are recruiting dancers right now. I think we have like 4 applicants, and we're open to more. So we are kind of doing quote unquote tryouts, but just in general, we're always open, but at the same time, we try to keep it kind of close knit, small staff wise.
Ligorian, look behind you.
Huh?
Never mind.
What? Anyway.
I don't know. Apparently I'm being haunted by something. I'm not entirely sure.
Who else has a question? Narmi, I think. And
Oh God.
Narmi and then Elena.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Fallen.
So.
Oh, true.
Oh, Fallen also is.
Earlier I did see a question from Void stating more of learning from other dancers, especially if your style is in a certain one way. I can say this from experience. You're gonna need to push yourself. You cannot stay in one way of dancing. You need to grow. You must learn various forms of dancing. You need to be like water to adapt to the situation, whether it be fast dancing, acrobatic, slow, or seductive. You must learn them all and therefore integrate it into a style that works for you. And that's what's going to help you separate yourself from many people in this community, all of the dancers. You gotta grow. You must learn. You cannot stick in one form. Keep expanding and having fun doing so is my recommendation to your question.
It goes with having fitness. Never stay stagnant with your dancing. If you want to really enjoy it, you should develop skills based off of either what you see other people doing or what you want to go find and do yourself. Don't just sit there and be stagnant. That's the best way to like enjoy yourself as a dancer, to continue to grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have some giggling going
We
on.
had two other questions.
Yeah. So anyway,
There was
Elena and Fallen. So I
I
guess we'll take Elena first, then Fallen. So Elena, what's your question? And we'll boost your voice in a sec. Oh, there we go. Go ahead. You're boosted.
It's my voice.
Yep.
Okay. My basic question is like, is there any plans to have like theme nights? It's kind of going off Souls with the Halo armor, but like
Yes.
themes like maids
Yes,
or
moving on.
bunny. Ooh.
Yes, we will not tell you what they are, but yes, with the new world being mostly completed, we will have more nights.
Holidays and themes.
Get excited. Get excited. That's all.
Taco
I
Tuesday
want a
on a
sexy Santa
Sunday.
dancing on me.
Oh, we can arrange that. Fallen, your question. Yeah, it's just gonna take.
Why am I still on camera?
It just takes a second. Yeah, we got one man running the camera, so you gotta give him some patience. Yeah.
There we go.
Think.
Yeah, you're
Can
boosted.
anyone hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
The question I do have is, this is just a question for three of you. Do you guys see yourself in like within the 5 to 10 year mark? Is there a goal you want to achieve or accomplish?
10 years.
Oof.
I think back
5 to
10 years from where I was in my early 20s 10 years ago, and I go, I look at where I'm at now,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not see, this is way off the path I thought I was going to be at. Not at all. If someone would have gone back like 6 years and been like, hey, guess what? In 2022, you're going to be an anime girl wiggling their butt around on a stage, generally screaming like an idiot, tanking drinks, and having a good time. I'd be really confused because I was playing like Planet Side at that point. But 10 years from now, I want to see where VR goes from here. I don't believe I would be in 10 years. I'll be almost 43. Yeah,
Damn.
you know, at that point, I want to know exactly, you know, where's my body even at that point. Probably wouldn't be able to do this anymore.
Stay 21 forever
But-
in VR though.
Oh no, I still feel 18. Oh my God, I'm good.
You still look 18.
Mentally. Thank you. I take my beard off. I look like I'm 12, but
There's a reason we don't shave, all right? That's why.
Oh God.
but yeah, but it's I would like to see where VR goes from here. I'm gonna continue to be a VR enthusiast. You know, try always the new latest and greatest and see where it is. You know, if Deep Dive comes along and I can sit in my bed and do what I continue to do now and full experience plus, then like more power to it.
Mm-hmm.
Less I
Yeah,
become a
kind of
dad.
the same thing. Yeah, there you go. Same kind of thing with me. And 10 years ago, if you told me I'd be playing in VR and meeting all these people, and hell, even traveling, you know, thousands of kilometers, or in this case, miles, freedom units for everyone else, to meet people that I met in VR, I'd be like, no, you're crazy. But the way I normally live my life, and it's been this way for the last 10 years, is I just kind of run a day at a time. I don't really plan too far in the future. I just kind of go with what the flow takes. And so I've never really complained otherwise. And it looks like Mental's controller finally died. Oh,
It's
so
okay,
there we go.
we'll be wrapping up soon. Because I'm going to take a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, my headset kind of
Yeah.
went kaput.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
get
looking
it
at the
started.
TV. Yumi, you and your Padaru, what are you doing?
Anyway,
Padaroos are you're infested with padaroos. You got the pads. Sorry.
That's true. It is what it is. So, anybody else? Anything last minute? Any other questions? Any that's not.
What was the question that I needed to answer?
Oh, where do you see
Where
yourself?
do you see yourself in 10 years in VR?
5 to 10, years.
In how long? Oh,
5
5 to 10.
10 years.
Well,
Yeah.
I honestly, just want to, see more advancements in technology. That's gonna make me decide what, I want to see myself doing in that time. If there's full dive, obviously I'll probably be spending a lot more time in VR. But if it's more of what this is and there's not a whole lot of improvements, then we'll see. We'll see. I want to keep this community going for as long as it can.
Yeah. Senior citizen years. Come on, Mental. Yes, bring it around.
Back in my day, we had to cover ourselves in hardware. We didn't have any of this newfangled.
Yeah, you just inject into your brain.
Mind meld.
There's comments to be made about that, but I'm not going to get into that.
Hey, listen, AR is gonna come around one of these days. They're gonna inject into your brain, and then you're gonna see Mental dancing in front of you, and you'll be like, "Come on, Mental, we gotta go on an adventure." Yeah, that's the future.
Hard.
You'd be like,
dementia kicks in.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Who are you talking to? What do you mean? Don't you see them?"
Cue everywhere at the end of time. Here we go.
Yeah, my controller's dead, so I've got it plugged in.
I gotcha. We'll wrap up.
We've
here.
run for just about 3 hours now.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up here. All right. Thank you so much. The camera's on me. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I appreciate it. For obviously Mancy, Mental, and Lagorion coming from Phoenix Palace, and everybody in the audience, all the lovely dancers, attendees, community members, all the people in the chat stopping by, showing their support. Also, thank you for the gifted subs and the biddies and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Obviously this is my first time really doing I've done podcasts before, but not with this set, and obviously we might have more in the future. So thank you so much, everybody. Mwah, mwah. And we'll head out the stream outro, and take care. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for the PPP staff. I love you all. Mwah, mwah. I'll see you on Sunday.
This is my mug now. I'm gonna take a break.
The weekend's
That's what
about
I'm
to
gonna
start. Think about it. It's Friday tomorrow.
True. Oh yeah, tomorrow's my Smasher Pass. I'm gonna do that.
It's Saturday night somewhere. That's an absolute lie. But cheers.
Cho